Wicked Siskel spat a bit of filthy bit. I don't even remember what it is anymore.
Twisted Sister.
Yeah.
Twist My Sister.
Oh.
By
I don't. If you're doing things
Murder
to my
Dolls.
sister, I don't want to know about it.
Oh. Like
She's
your
got her own
sister
life.
doesn't complain.
She's got her own life.
Let me pull this. I got this nice table for us, and it's just been sitting over there. I'm gonna clear you a spot
For my feet.
next to the book with the dicks.
Look
in
at
it.
that. Feet fit right on there.
I mean, yeah. Okay, I didn't think it would like hold a foot. It looks like one of those ones that would just like topple.
It's shaped like a bean pool,
Yeah, it is.
which is the kind of pool you get when you're rich.
I saw that.
Nothing but deep end. Which would be my first porn movie title.
Nothing but deep end,
It's
right?
just banging in pools. That's
Right in the kidneys.
people's pools that I bang in without their permission.
Yeah. You
know?
I don't think this is going to be a good movie.
Hey, welcome home from work.
This is more of a Pornhub series that
Yes,
gets removed.
that's right. Well, you've made it as a porn series when what was that guy's name? Vitaly is on it.
Oh, well, I mean, Bang Bus already knew they had made it. They just needed a soft pecker, and well, who was he to deny them his soft cocaine pecker?
Oh, jeez.
You know who else was on that bus? Remember that movie Project X?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Were you gonna tell me Dax Flame was on the Bang Bus?
No, you're
Just
Project.
staring unblinking at a fucking wide open vagina like that's
Wow, this is the. Then he goes home and makes a vlog about it. This is my
Yeah.
first day seeing vagina. No, he wasn't in that movie, but it came out at the same time as the movie he's in. There's like a little. He looks like the kid from The Office.
Clark.
Yeah, that's the one. He looks like Clark. Or what with like the glasses, right?
Haley Joel Osment. No, I don't know.
But no, he looks like these two people put together, and he was on the Bang Bus.
Oh my fucking god.
I'm pretty sure he
I
ate.
need to know who this was.
I'm pretty sure they like cleaned it up with a French fry, and he like ate it.
Ah!
Yeah. Welcome to the Bang Bus.
Hey, if you're hungry, you're hungry.
It took place in a drive-through, and look, it happened.
More like fish and drips.
You tell me this kid's not on anybody who's in a movie and also on the Bang Bus. I'm curious.
That's an illustrious career.
How do you go from one to the other? And I'm assuming you did the movie then the bus, because that movie wasn't that great.
You wouldn't have nailed the movie if you had done the bus first. I think probably there's an order to these things in Hollywood.
Yeah. It's
Bang Bus is the downward slope after the movie,
exactly-
not the climb toward it.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Holy shit. Welcome to Grindhouse Movie Club. We're talking about all kinds of movies this week. Movies that sucked.
Project X was all right.
It was okay.
What was the one that was way better that was before it?
I mean, you're like, when you say Dax Flame, you're thinking of 21 Jump Street, but that's
First of all,
that's
Dax
not
Flame
the movie.
is 100% in Project X.
Is he?
Yeah,
Is
because
he?
then he did a video like last year or something where he talks about how he rented out a dance hall
Yeah.
and he was just there by himself. The entire dance hall, it's fucking dark. The lights are going.
I
like
do
the disco
remember
lights.
that.
But so, like in that video, he talks about how he's trying to relive his Project X experience before, like, for the final time, so that he can move on from it.
I don't remember any famous people being in that movie.
Is Dax Flame famous?
He was at the time.
That is on Heat.
Is it?
Either that or this AC is broken because I'm getting blasted by hot air.
What's the sun? What's the sun mean? The sun means it's a hot
There,
day.
yeah,
It's
the
a
sun
hot
means
day.
Hot, obviously. Now you have a snowflake.
Yeah, no. The sun means like it's a warm day.
It's about to get warmer.
We fucking need this. Now we got the
You
snowflake, and it's like, hey, guess what? It's cold out. Here's the inside of your body heat.
So you want it the opposite? You want the sun to be the cold and
here's a
the
clown's
snowflake to
breath.
be the hot?
I just want the sun and the snowflake to not look so goddamn similar. Is what I want.
Even from 7
Yeah,
feet away, I
you're
can't
fu-
tell them apart.
God,
They're both
it's
stars to me.
It's so hot in here now. Oh my god, you're right. You're absolutely right.
I'm sitting here talking about Dax Flame and I keep leaning further away from the goddamn air conditioner. Like, is it just me? Am I menopausal?
Oh my god. No, Dax Flame just gets you going. He gets you hot and
fuck.
wet.
My blood pressure increased when Dax Flame was mentioned with his fucking face like that and personality like that.
Either way, I don't remember what the other big party movie was where they throw a party. If it wasn't Superbad, I don't know what it was.
I may be thinking about Superbad. Yeah, because there's a massive party.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a better movie.
And it's a much better movie.
The Dax Flame person in Superbad is probably McLovin.
Absolutely is McLovin.
If I were to pair characters like that.
If you had to go...
Michael Cera is the main guy in Project X, and then Jonah Hill is just the fat friend.
Well, yeah.
He's the fat friend until he got skinny because of Hollywood pressure.
So there's like the sliding scale, right? And you've got the, at the one end is autism.
Yes.
And at the other end is different autism.
Donuts.
So then you start with the Dax Flame character and you end with the Jonah Hill
Again,
character.
It's a Venn diagram, and in both categories, donuts for breakfast by demand. I insist on donuts for breakfast, or else I'll have a meltdown.
You know what's fucked, though, is Pop-Tarts are really good. So
that's a goddamn dessert for breakfast. I don't care how you package it. It can fit in a toaster or not.
What's the problem?
No, it is fine.
What's the...
Dude, none. Food, honestly, I'm a breakfast for dinner guy. So yeah, just reverse everything.
How about...
Fuck it.
How about we just eat food when we want?
And whatever it is.
Why does there got to be 3 meals a day?
There doesn't, as it turns out.
Why can't I just put peanut butter on bread and
you sure
and
can
have that?
You can, like, at any
every
time.
other hour.
You could.
Okay, that's what I do.
It's peanut butter bread every other hour?
Pretty much.
Nice.
I don't know. I'm not a fancy man. I don't need much.
You're a simple man with simple tastes. You put your pants on one leg at a time, and you prefer subs over dubs.
I put my pants on one leg at a time, but also I do that thing where I put my leg in there, and then I also put my leg in the same leg. And I go, damn it!
That's fun.
And
that's
then I
fun
try
every time.
I do it again, and I'm like, Now I got one leg on, one leg off, and I pulled my pants up all the way to my balls. You know?
I'm ready for the day. I don't...
I thought I put them on backwards, and then I get them on the right way.
Fucking 1 step forward, 2 steps back every time.
It's a Mr. Magoo thing.
Or you put the one leg on and you don't realize the other one's like raveled up inside of itself, so you gotta hop around while you try to fucking dislodge that sock.
Absolutely, because I never ever wash my pants before I wear them again.
No. Especially not if they're jeans. Yeah. They're not meant to be washed all the time.
Oh, yeah, no. They go right to the side of the bed at night, and then they go right on in the morning.
That's 100% what happens.
It's a uniform.
Yeah. Sometimes even the underwear stays.
Beautiful.
I'm not going to lie to you or anyone.
Good. I don't want to be lied to.
Also, I haven't worn matching socks in about a decade and a half.
Who needs them?
It's a great question. Everything you need is right here.
Nah, it's okay. I was looking for my phone, and it's like right here.
Again, like I said, everything you need.
Because I'm going to be respectful to those listening to the podcast. I'm putting it on. Do not disturb, baby.
Well, unfortunately, I'm on call, so I can't do that.
Well, look, I need you to be a little respectful.
Yeah.
I can't. My fingers are wet, so I can't do things on my phone. You ever get that?
Yes. Yes, I have. You ever get that?
All right.
I was going to start the podcast with a story.
Oh, yeah, please do.
Friday morning, it's 3 o'clock, all right? It's
okay.
3 o'clock in the morning.
And this is you're talking about yesterday.
Yes.
Okay.
I am, today. Somebody in the parking lot parked crooked in a handicap spot.
Oh.
At the very front.
A crooked man for a crooked spot.
3 a.m. again. I'm woken up to this. And then that was it. So I was like, oh, okay. So it's just like an alarm and somebody hit it by accident. You know, a couple seconds, couple minutes go by even.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's not even Morse code. It's so inconsistent that at this point it can't be an alarm. So I have no fucking idea. So like in my head I'm like, okay, somebody's an asshole and picking a person up from my building at 3 a.m, and that's how they're getting their attention.
That's a 1-star Uber review right there.
Piece of shit. All right. So then, like, another couple minutes, I'm starting to doze off again because, again, to reiterate, 3 a.m. is when this is happening.
Wonderful.
5 minutes. 5 minutes that went on for. And now, at this point, I'm, like, about to get up and make it my problem. And then I hear my roommate leave. So he, first of all, super happy that he dealt with that before I did, because I was going to be way less polite than I'm about to explain the story to you. So he goes down there and it's a guy slumped on his fucking driving steering wheel is the fucking word, okay?
It absolutely
Holy
is.
shit, is it ever the word. And passed right the fuck out. So Ryan raps on the window. Ryan's the name of my roommate. And there's no response, but he notices the door's unlocked, so he just fucking rips the door open because he's pissed. Because obviously he didn't get to bed till 1. And then 2 hours later, this. So he's like, dude, you're asleep. The guy fucking jolts awake. It's okay, it's fine. I'll call my girlfriend. The guy's fucking blackout drunk. So, again, the car is on. I want to reiterate that. So my roommate goes, okay, either you got to go inside or you got to tilt your seat back and go to sleep right here, but you can't do both because you're falling asleep on the wheel. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Do you need help to do that? No, it's okay. So Ryan just reaches in and fucking turns the car off for him. Then he's like, put your seat back. And the guy does it, and so Ryan leaves. Anyway, I didn't know any of this until 6 a.m. when he texted me, that guy's gone. So the dude, in that 3 hour, less than 3, 2.5 hour span, which is not enough time to sober up from being that wasted, woke up and just left.
Fun.
Sick.
And he's just out there right now.
Yeah, he's probably out there right now doing the same thing because it's the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Not that it evidently made any goddamn difference to him what day it was.
He was probably waiting for the liquor store to open. And when it didn't...
All right, let's run it back. Which parking lot do I choose this night?
Just a satellite around the LCBO.
Fuck. So yeah, that was fun. I can almost guarantee he didn't live in my building because nobody parks in the handicap spots like an asshole.
Well, yeah, no.
You get towed.
Yeah, unless you're handicapped.
Yeah.
And then you go,
well he was, but it was going to fade away. You know?
It was a self-inflicted handicapableism.
It was brief, yeah.
I don't have a story like that. I just got ants. I've got a pet cemetery of ants in my kitchen right now.
Saying it's a pet cemetery implies, first of all, you're keeping ants as pets. Secondly, you want them to come back to life. I don't think either of those things are true.
No, I'm just smushing them and flicking them on the floor and going, that's where the fuck you go.
Well, it is.
I tried to be like a fancy coffee barista guy, and we bought like these fun little syrups. That's what they want.
Yeah, dude. What is this? Condensed and thick sugar? You can have regular sugar, or you can have the thick version that even it goes down even more easily if you're an ant.
Oh God, yeah. I went to grab coffee, and there they were, just trying to get in.
It's beautiful. Well, you have roommates now. They should be charging. You should be charging rent.
They should be stopping drunk people from sleeping on the horn.
Yeah, they should.
How would you have dealt with that situation?
More aggressively, I imagine.
Nice.
As
you should.
With my feet and kicking.
As you
Not
should.
the person, but I probably would have stomped on the hood or something.
I just would.
For some reason, it feels weirder to me to actually have gone into the car to deal with the guy than to just like hit his car with a hammer.
I just would have called the cops. Or
It's probably would have been a good idea to do that in hindsight.
Just blast him with Narcan. Just that'll fix it.
It's not even what it's for.
This is what you need. Pop!
You give him a brain aneurysm because there's no heroin in his system.
Fucking, I don't know why you're driving on that. Just, yeah. There you go. Deal with that. Get off the horn.
Fuck.
Give him an EpiPen. Just.
What a life.
Anyway, welcome to Grindhouse.
Apparently he was quite young. Ryan was like, yeah, everything sort of changed when I opened the door because when I went down there I was fucking furious, but then when I saw him passed out on the wheel, I just thought it was hilarious.
Good.
Yeah.
I probably would have pulled him out of the car and
put him on the floor. Just left him there instead.
Locked his keys in the car and walked away.
Wake up in a fucking puddle. That would have been a good move. Oh man, that's a deep cut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah I like the long game on that one.
Thank you.
Also, today, holy shit, I'm outside having a cigarette in the middle of watching this fucking movie for this podcast, grindhousemovie.club, darkrosecult.com, and there's a guy whose trunk won't latch shut in the parking lot.
Wonderful.
And so I got to sit there and watch him for like 5-10 minutes get progressively angrier to the point where he just started fucking with the trunk, just slamming it as hard as humanly possible. And then he got into the driver's seat for a second, probably to just like hit the button or something. And then when he came back out, he tried like, you know, like imagine Hellboy's in a Western and he opens a saloon door. That's how hard he swung that shit. He put his whole heart into that.
Oh shit. And did it end up like something just being too big?
I think the latch doesn't spring closed on its, like, because I was watching it, so, like, it would shut all the way, but it doesn't actually, like, stay shut. So it would just, which is, like, I can't imagine how angry I would be trying to, inanimate objects that don't listen to you is, like, the most infuriating thing on the planet.
Oh my god, I have
Like, you try to
slammed
put
so many
something-
things.
Yeah, you try to put something down on a table and it falls 3 times.
Oh my god, when there's clearly enough room for something on the ledge and
Oh,
you put
yeah.
it there, but nah, let me...
Fuck yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, and because, like, it's
like,
just,
slam,
you're being
nah?
disrespected by something that doesn't even have a brain.
It seems like the harder you slam it there, too, like, the less it wants to be there.
Yep.
The more it's like, no, bounce.
Case in point, this guy closing his trunk, every time that it would bounce back up more aggressively, depending on how hard he tried to close it, dude, I was getting mad for him.
I love
Like,
it.
I was, like, feeling sweaty about it.
The amount of disrespect from that.
So much, dude.
That's yeah. I lose it on things that don't have don't have like thought or feeling. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
fine. But
Fuck.
I really need to not.
You say that. There's something cathartic. At least you're not punching an old lady in the face.
Right,
You know?
Chuck it up across the room because it just doesn't want to.
Okay, well then this is what you get then.
Yeah. If you're gonna be a piece of shit, you go where they go. You go with the rest of the pieces of shit.
Exactly. Which is wherever you land when I chuck you with all my might.
Grindhouse Movie Club.
Yeah.
Thanks, Andrew, for the theme song. You're listening to this.
You sure are. What movie did we do this week for the podcast?
Oh my god, not only did we do Final Destination 3, but we did the Choose Your Own Adventure DVD.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this is, of the whole series, my favorite Final Destination. That
Okay.
has nothing to do with the Choose Your Own Adventure. I just think it's the most well put together.
All right. I like it. I like it more than I like other ones, but I will say if you've seen one, you have seen every single one of them.
You have. It's just the people in gore changes.
Yeah, really, all you need to see is just a montage of death. Just like throw on Faces of Death, and it's this. It's all the good parts.
It's pretty accurate. Yeah, like meat and potatoes for somebody who only eats meat and hates potatoes. Because if you like potatoes, you're not gonna like what's in between the deaths in this movie.
No,
because it's a fat load of nothing for the most part.
It really
it's characters lurching emotionally forward in order to get to the next time somebody's head explodes in a drive-through.
Pretty much, pretty fucking much. But then also, we get to choose our own adventure.
Yeah, you do. Which
so I don't understand. It was kind of like, do you want to watch this deleted scene or do you
That
not?
is 100%. It is just, it's you choosing between 2 alternate versions of a scene that's just in the movie.
However, I will tell you, I for sure got at least 3 endings. There are
Okay.
at least 3 endings.
A question then.
Okay,
Because I only went through it once.
that's fine.
Do more or less people survive at the end, depending on which ending you get?
Yes.
Okay. I wanted to make sure that there were consequences for my actions.
Yes.
Because when I chose, right, to change, when I chose the temperature degree in the tanning salon, and then saw the number go up past both options, in my head I was like, oh, well, this is meaningless. So it's good to know that at least some of the choices have a consequence or a reward.
Boy.
Okay.
Yeah, let me tell you, some of the choices were really,
Nothing at all?
yeah.
The fucking first one's a coin flip and it changes nothing.
Oh, it actually changes everything, Jay.
Really?
Oh, we'll get into it.
Okay,
Don't worry.
sure. All right.
I know
You
for
know what
sure.
else changed everything as evidenced by this movie and its dialogue? 9/11. And I'm gonna, so the next
Yeah,
time,
it sure did, huh?
the next time this fucking happens, okay, I'm gonna pull up a little sound of a slot machine jackpot every time I get to say on the podcast 9/11 changed everything.
Please do.
Because holy shit.
Oh my god.
4 or 5 times is 9/11 mentioned in this movie for no reason.
Not only is it mentioned, like, you can tell when it changed nothing and changed everything. in the way that security either reacts or doesn't react at all to horrible things that may or may not happen.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Do you have two sentences or less?
You don't have to be a plumber to say no to a roller coaster when there's an open steam pipe underneath it.
Hey, all right. I got Ramona Flowers versus seeing and hearing the word die 1,000 times.
I used to have a small crush on Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
You
And
sure
then,
did, didn't you?
I want you to know, do you know who she's married to?
Scott Pilgrim, please?
Spike Lee.
Oh.
The second to only Flava Flav, the most burnt cigarette of a human being on the planet.
Isn't he an old man?
Not really.
Okay.
I think he's phenomenal. I think he's substantially, is the word, older than Mary Elizabeth Winstead. With that being said, that being Winstead.
Ooh, I like the little wordplay right there. That was nice.
Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
A movie that is
the name of that movie.
A movie probably older than Her and I.
That's correct.
So that's just how you know.
I think it might not be older than you. I think it might be around you age. Also, Black Klansman.
Okay.
Also, Soul Plane.
I didn't see any of these movies.
Also, the American remake of Old Boy that sucks.
I didn't see any of these movies.
So I don't like him very much.
Well,
the only time I like him is when he's making movies about black people, because those are the only ones he knows how to make.
I will say I don't know a thing about him.
That's all you need to know, really. He's in the Michael Jordan documentary briefly because he yells at Michael Jordan.
Was he in Pootie Tang?
Probably. He probably made Pootie Tang.
Okay. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. That movie comes to mind when I think Soul Plane.
Bridge over the River Kwai. A lean night.
All right. Easy, Jay. Easy.
First thing I noticed about this movie is that the medium in the Choose Your Own Adventure menu is not even remotely the same as the automated medium at the carnival for graduation that they are at in the movie.
Is it not?
No.
Okay.
One's wearing a hat and the other isn't.
Okay, well, I didn't pay attention to that.
I also paid attention to the fact that there is not a high school on Earth that would have a fair this large just for a graduation.
They're at a theme park, and they're
Then why is it all themed after their school and the fact that they're graduating from it?
Because it's the senior trip, and they've got it like either closed down or it's a special event because they've got passes for this roller coaster that are at a certain time.
Right.
And if they don't miss it, first of all, if they miss it, then they're gonna die. That's just what they. Okay,
that's how urgent this is. But we still have time to sit and have a fried Snickers.
Every time they say the word "die," I'm just gonna point it out here.
Okay.
So, first of all, somebody in this movie, their name is Texas Battle. That's fantastic.
Pardon me.
It's Lewis. Lewis's name. I sent you his IMDb.
Did you?
Yeah. Oh, text because I was like, well, Texas Battle, is that a band that plays in the movie? I didn't know. Nah, that's a dude's name.
What the fuck? I don't think I got that.
Well, I mean, it's just,
this is
the dude's
him.
fucking name.
Yeah, him. The guy who I thought was Michael B. Jordan at first, which was racist of me.
Just a little bit.
I did definitely get the picture of what you thought were the devil's nuts in this scene, and I'm pretty sure it's just a loincloth.
Well,
however,
we'll get well into that, don't you worry.
The picture reference I used for the loincloth was the photo that she reviews later on, not the worm's eye view of his taint as you walk through it. So you could be right.
I really wish they would have focused on that, because like his hand's down there and everything. Like,
it's like, come here, I want to show you these.
Either way, we'll get into that.
The scariest thing about the devil is the molestation.
It really is. It really is. I liked all of the intro. The whole intro was cool with all the.
The carnival stuff.
It's not even a. It's a. First of all, it's not a carnival. It's a
theme park stuff, amusement park stuff.
But like, why is it carnival stuff? That's my point.
It's a combination of the two.
So you get first of all, you get like
because this movie's a fucking circus.
The movie starts with a fortune-telling machine, and of course it points at the death card. Of course it points at the death card, because guess what? This is Final Destination.
That's right. If you thought people didn't die, you're fucking out to lunch.
Yeah, and if that wasn't enough, hey, here's the visuals of an inside of like a pinball machine. Oh yeah, the ball rolls down the death hole. You're fucking right, it does. Why wouldn't it?
Yeah, let's run down the list of all the times death is indicated in the first 30 seconds of a movie.
We then get just a slideshow of it's Carnival Freak posters, and they all have something to do with the way people die.
Okay.
There is a dude getting spiked with, it's probably a lady getting spiked with nails. There is somebody who has a pole run through them like they're swallowing swords.
Oh, so indicating all the ways that characters die in the movie.
There's literally one called Electric Sisters.
Yep, great.
And then there's just a dude who looks like the devil. There's a metal eater, who obviously is fucking Mr. Cheeks.
Mr. Cheeks.
Oh God. And then the death hole. And we open with the worst ride ever. I think we can all agree, the worst fucking ride that could ever exist.
Dare I inquire?
Just falling, the ride where you fucking fall.
I have no problem with drop zones.
Yeah.
All right, they're all right.
Oh boy, woo.
Okay,
yeah.
I get it. It's not the falling part that's fucked up about them. It's when you're 2/3 up and start regretting every choice that you've made in your life that led you to that exact moment.
You're fucking right. It's praying that the machinery
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
catch your hair.
Oh,
and
sometimes they have little clicks and like king inside because the mechanisms, and every single one of those I hear, I go, well, I better make amends to my loved ones in my head.
Yeah, I really hope that gear I just heard fall into place holds.
Fuck yeah, that singular gear that's probably an inch thick.
Click, 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 clunk.
Fuck yeah.
Click, click, clunk.
And every clunk, you think that's the time. I suspect that, you know what? They make roller coasters creaky on purpose, and they make things sound faulty on purpose.
I would imagine
It's
so.
like, you know, when you go to like Detroit fairs that are right by the water, and it'll be that slingshot that shoots you upward,
And then
but
he-
the guy handling it chucks
Yeah.
a fucking bolt out, goes, "What's that? Your seatbelt's fucked."
And then he uploads it to YouTube, and there's a video of you just pissing
Or passing out and almost falling out of the fucking straps as it is.
at 1,000 miles an hour up into the air, only to piss back downward.
Onto yourself and others.
Yeah. So all of her friends are up on this ride, and she isn't because she's smart.
Yes.
But she takes like the shittiest photo of them coming down.
Most of her photos end up being pretty shitty.
Yeah.
And it's because she's using the flash for a lot of it.
Yeah, it's also the fact that it's just a shitty handheld camera.
It is.
That
We're in 2006, all right?
I'll give you that. Sure. But still.
The first video I ever made for YouTube was on a camera like this with the strap still attached. So every time I moved, you could hear the click in the audio.
Oh, that's so good. That's my favorite thing.
Did I ever hate that?
Yeah, she it's like the school didn't trust her with a real camera, so they gave her like the Panasonic. It's a Panasonic camera anyway. But she takes the picture, and then when she like looks at it, now I don't want to scare everybody, but it instead of saying high dive like it's supposed to,
which is the name of the ride.
The I or the E, is it the I?
It's the V.
It's the V.
So it says high dive.
That's right. The V is out.
Let me tell you, I need maybe 2 or 3 indicators that I might die at a place in order to leave it. That's the first one.
Yeah.
We're high diving right into, I'm going to go home early, and here's the reasons why.
Yeah. This right here, and like just show it to people. They'll
That's fucked, eh?
Yeah, it doesn't take much later in the film to upset them, so just show them this. So, yeah, okay, so that happens. Ramona Flowers looks at the picture, and she's like, ah! And then all of it, like, she's really fucking concerned, and then her friends, like, buddy walk with her, and then all
Yeah, they do.
just that's
the whole thing.
Her concern is flushed.
Yeah, she was touched by her boyfriend, and that took her mind elsewhere.
And like they're walking in a manner that no group of friends ever walks. Like two guys
in a line perfectly,
and like arms
like
over
a
their
fucking
ladies.
Backstreet Boys music video.
Yeah, don't
you
touch
expect
my
them to
girl.
choreographically dance.
People might think we're a homo if we're not doing this kind of deal.
When that whole friend group walks out of frame in front of her, the roller coaster comes in right at them before it cuts to another shot.
Okay. Because, yeah, definitely, and it's so fast.
Yes,
it goes so fast it blows her hair. Holy moly.
Like a truck on the highway.
So, in between there, I think, is where they say, oh, man, if I gotta wait, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
It's gonna kill me.
And then Fuckface wants a Snickers, though.
It won't kill you to get a Snickers. It actually won't.
It won't. It would have saved you to get more, actually.
Yeah, this movie might not have happened because you wouldn't have approached the ride.
Or it would have just been 5 people at a table all choking on deep fried Snickers.
I wish that was an option. That would have been. Oh my god! All right. Well, it wasn't an option.
So this whole conversational scene, everybody sucks. Everybody sucks on a moral level in this group. Mm-hmm. You got Kevin, who insists on taking upskirt creep shots at the fucking theme park right beside his girlfriend, who says nothing other than "I'm right here,"
and apologizes for it later.
Well, in a way, he gets his just desserts anyway.
Well, she's like, I'm sorry for Kevin.
Yeah.
He's just out of control.
Oh yeah. Oh, so like, yeah, the sexual harassment apologist woman.
Yeah.
Who also is going to dump him and then says this to Mary Elizabeth Winstead, whose name in the movie is Wendy. I wrote down the laundry list of character names.
Good, because I got Ramona Flowers.
Yeah, I knew that you would not.
I got alt guy, alt girl.
I have to know for my own self so that when you mention the character, I could just say the name and you'd be that, like, yeah, that
Kevin,
one.
Jason, girlfriend, and Ramona Flowers.
Yeah.
AKA Wendy.
That other girlfriend's name is Carrie.
Sure, she doesn't get mentioned once in the whole time she's living.
That's correct.
They do not call her by one name while she's living.
No.
Only later, I think you do hear him go, "Get Carrie!" We don't even see her funeral.
Yeah.
We don't even see her fucking gravestone.
You don't get to see Jason's funeral either.
No, but we weep over his dumb little grave.
Yeah, in broad daylight,
His little-
even though
his
you're
little,
trying
like,
to hide from the rest of the
Flat
procession.
rock,
For
poor ass.
imagine, like,
fucking
how
gravestone.
it's pretty disrespectful to go during somebody else's funeral for somebody else who's dead.
Hey, fuck this funeral. You want to go see another? You want to see some dead shit? You want to go see some names
You
on
want to
rocks?
see some more dead shit?
You want to get some paper and some crayons and just do some some etchings?
To fucking. Why are you? So now, my point being, Wendy is now roped into continuing on the night as if she doesn't know that her friend's gonna dump the guy that she's spending the night with.
Yeah.
So tell me after over text. Tell me over AIM. It's 2006.
Yeah, it's a really awkward position she's now in. She's like, don't tell him. After graduation, I'm going to dump him. I would hate to ruin his graduation with...
Just the rest of his life.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck the rest of it. Just graduation, it's important.
Everybody here's so fucking... These two dumb bitches playing the clown squirt game. Of course they're playing the game where you have to squirt water in a mouth. That's the thing they're the most familiar with in the whole world.
I think it's called Drown the Clown.
Yeah. Well, I mean, given how much makeup they're wearing, I make a lot of jokes later on. When they're getting on the roller coaster, the sign says no loose objects, and I was like, oh, so they can't ride.
Well, they're already strapped in, I don't tell you.
Yeah, they're strapped and wrapped.
Fucking yeah, these girls are sitting there, and well, look, let me see, what did I? Oh my god, I wrote the word pedophile in great big words.
Well, okay, because that's what he is, though. That's what he fucking is. You're talking about Frankie, the adult man.
No,
Okay.
I'm not yet. I'm not.
Okay, because
here
I
we
have
go.
so many things to say about that.
Here's what I wrote. Yeah, Kevin's like, hey, yo, that would sell a lot of yearbooks, and he's pointing at
Whale tails.
What I wrote was
2 whale tails.
whale tails off the starboard bow. Girls with thongs higher than even Cisco would want them to be. Yeah, that would sell a lot of yearbooks, and then it's like it's because pedophiles. Yeah. It would sell a lot of yearbooks.
A lot of grown men with mustaches buying yearbooks. I don't think any of these guys are dads.
How come we've sold more yearbooks than we have students? What's up with that?
I haven't seen a turnout this good at any PTA meeting.
Oh my god, that'll sell a lot of yearbooks, says the committer of future human trafficking.
Oh yes.
Kevin. Ladies and gentlemen.
Kevin.
The upskirt pussy man takes a flash.
The upskirt.
The boldest upskirt photo with the flash on.
With the flash on, and it's night. Like, this woman, whose name is Stacy, because they just throw her name in there for no reason.
Stacy Cavalacci.
Doesn't notice that there was a camera flash directly at puss height.
Emanating from her groin.
Yeah, dude.
From under her skirt.
You ever see the video of the guy he's hanging out with his friends, like, in a house, and he's sitting beside his friend and his friend's girlfriend, and she's got no socks on, and he tries to get like a sneak shot of her bare feet.
Yes.
And the flash is on.
Yes.
And you just get to see everyone's fucking face.
Oh my god.
And I'm moving away forever.
Oh yeah, fuck it. What is this? Toby putting his hand on Pam's knee and then going to Costa Rica forever?
That's what you have to do after that.
Well, I'd like to tell you all I'm moving.
I'm just gonna hop the fence and jog home.
Oh god.
Jeez Louise.
So
they win a fucking palm tree at this thing.
And we
right?
Yeah.
This giant fucking flimsy palm tree oasis that Ashley and other bitch whose name is Ashlyn. That's why they're best friends, because Ashley and Ashlyn.
God. And it has to be. There's no other reason for them to be friends.
So they win an inflatable, right? That they now have to carry around for the rest of the night and try their best not to burst it. And also it's made of the same material that Belle Delphine hops on for OnlyFans if it's a dolphin.
I don't like this. I don't like the way you rope her into our conversation.
Well, that's exactly what it was, though. They're probably, and this thing, it's a good thing they have branches, because now they could do it tandem.
Well, look, they do something with it because they don't have it later.
No, it disappears.
Maybe they had a fucking thought and deflated it.
They probably, well, no, I'm sure that one of them kissed it too hard or something, and it just explodes.
Also, like, are they gonna share it? What are they gonna do?
Yeah.
Also, while they're playing this game, fucking Frankie is behind them filming their ass and laughing.
Oh yeah, let's talk about Frankie.
Absolutely.
I'm so happy that you brought him up.
Yeah.
It is canonically true, as per dialogue in film,
oh boy,
that Frankie, the man with the handheld video camera who keeps hitting on two chicks who have their underwear out, who are celebrating their upcoming graduation.
They are not yet 18.
This man graduated 2 years ago.
He sure did.
Which means this is now an adult sexually harassing minors all movie.
Oh, well, I mean, half movie. Movie, maybe.
All of his time in the movie.
Yeah.
All he does is eat fast food and accost children. On film.
Oh my, yeah.
On camera.
Can we please just I don't know, evidence our crimes?
This man is manufacturing child pornography.
Basically, when they're
flash your tits, he says to children.
When they point out that he's older than them, he's like, yeah, I hung around to monitor your development.
Ooh.
And then he zooms in on their bodies.
Ooh. Even worse than saying that a teenager is mature for their age as justification for dating them.
So anyway, she snaps a photo of them holding their inflatable for the yearbook.
Yeah.
And then, energetic black dancer.
Yeah, the only black guy who works at this amusement park has been hired to dance with the whites.
Yeah, thanks for saying with and not for.
Well, the combination of the two.
You did not say for, and that
was implied.
You said with.
Well, one of them.
We're okay.
It would be for if one of them didn't dance back.
Yikes.
All right? If all they did was golf applaud and then rattle a chain, then it would be for. This is with, thankfully.
No. So she tries to take a pic of Kevin dancing with this guy, because that's what he does, and somebody's in her way. I wrote some bimbo in a hat gets in her way.
Well, it's funny because it is some bimbo.
It is. I write the word bimbo.
It's her little sister Julie, who is like half retarded.
And also not a senior, so what's she doing here?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man, are you going to tell mom? And then she's like, I got the evidence, and she snaps a photo of her sister doing, oh my god, she's blasting the birds as hard as she can.
You're grounded.
Double fingers.
No internet privilege for you.
White knuckling.
I better not see you on Habbo Hotel tonight.
Fucking, so hard knuckles are inverting and your fingers rolling around back the other way.
The fattest, the M&M finger, where you get to see the fucking joint at the knuckle.
Can you see this? Because I'm doing it as hard as I've ever done it before.
Yes, dude! I'm over here being like, I'm the only one who makes Aqua Teen references just casually.
That's all I can think about. Every time she gives the finger in the movie, like, oh, she's giving the bird as hard as she could.
I wrote, Wendy's taking a picture from 15 feet away and in the middle of a walkway and has the gall to ask someone who's just existing to move.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking rude.
Damn, get closer to the target. This place is packed.
Didn't you see my tiny camera and huge flash? Hello?
Also, why are these two sisters, because they live in the same house, introduced as if they hate each other just because one of them is taking pictures for the fucking yearbook? Like, there's no other conflict between the two of them.
That's
throughout
sisters,
the whole
man.
movie.
As to what I am understanding it to be sisters.
That's what it's like if you're sisters in the same house. You're just bitches to each other until you grow up.
From all the movies in the 90s and 2000s, that is what I have. That's the information I have gleaned.
Fine. Interesting to me that Julie doesn't want to be caught by their parents being at this graduation festival without being a fucking senior. So at a place that she's not allowed, but she'll pose for a picture right on the digital camera that everybody in the family uses.
It's the school camera, but good point.
Oh, where's she editing the fucking thing though? Right at home.
All right.
At home.
Yep. I mean, she takes the picture in like saying like she's gonna show her mom anyway. So.
Yeah. Show her this. Here's my finger. Show her the thing that'll get me in more trouble.
Yeah, hey, Mom, sister wanted you to see this.
Sister wanted you to see this.
This is her message to you, the mom, who we never see in this film.
Yeah,
Nor
where
do
are
we
the
ever
parents? Where are any parents in this movie? There are no parents. They're all gone.
We live
the
in
only time you see parents is funerals.
Charlie Brown Town. Just kids fucking running wild in the streets.
Also, Tony Todd is the voice of the devil at the very beginning.
Tony Todd.
Candyman.
Nice. He's probably
he's in every Final Destination somehow.
Does he also do the at the end of you didn't get that?
He's also the funeral director. He's the body cremator in the first and second movie as well.
Well, at the end of this movie that you didn't get to see, they are on a subway and there's a recording that says like, "This is the end."
That's
of the
why I was so
line."
jarred by the fucking way that this Choose Your Own Adventure version ends, because it skips an entire scene and just goes to the credits.
Don't worry, my jar is very askew. Hold up, we haven't even gotten to the first fucking choice yet.
Okay. Yeah, this at the roller coaster. Is there anything else good that happens in between now and then in the movie?
Well, so they
Oh yeah, Lewis.
Yeah.
The token black, who is the only football player in the group. He's doing the hammer and the bell game.
Yeah.
And he knocks the bell right off. Mysteriously just disappears without hitting anybody at all on the ground.
Oh man, he does the thing that nobody will ever be able to do ever.
No, because it's bolted in.
Yeah.
Unless you're the Incredible Hulk or a Sasquatch, that's gonna stay there.
So he blasts the weight well past the bell, and like it goes flying, and I think it passes like the
roller coaster,
which by the way is it's the corkscrew, and
Yeah.
it's in Vancouver.
Oh, good to know.
Or Victoria, either way.
Interesting to me that Canadian always with these. So in some way,
if you live in British Columbia, there's a chance you've ridden this fucking roller coaster.
Yeah, and if you're alive, well,
yeah.
Wait a sec.
I believe the odds are. What does he say? Like one.
He says 1 in 250 million,
something like that.
So I looked it up. It's actually 1 in 750 million. So he lowballed it by 2/3.
Fucking prick.
The most important part of this scene is in the background. There are two extras. One has a large foam cowboy hat. Mm-hmm. And the other one has a Jamiroquai hat from that music video where all the furniture moves around.
Oh yeah,
except it's white instead.
I let the bird out of the cage. That's like a standard carnival fare. 2-cent prize.
Also pretty
Cat
standard for the year
hat.
2006. I'll tell you what else is standard for and why. Those whale tails. That's 2006 shit because of Gwen Stefani and Hollaback Girl.
God damn
also, Black Eyed Peas and My Humps came out like right around the same time.
Nice.
So like we're right in the era of the most womanly thing to do is look slutty. That's empowering.
Hey man.
And sure, because it gives me something to look at, so I'm not complaining. It's like the most Andrew Tate thing I could ever possibly have said in my life.
Yeah, it is. Jesus Christ. So now we get to the roller coaster after we take the photo of the dude blasting the thing off.
We have to have a little pep talk for Wendy, which Wendy's boyfriend is shitty. Completely lowballing her mild panic attack that she's already having just looking at the roller coaster, number one.
What does he say? Something like,
your fear is...
What are you weirded out by the ride?
Your fear comes from having no control. Hey, you're right. Let me control this situation by not getting on the roller coaster.
Yeah.
She had no problem sitting out of the other one. Why is she, even though she has tears in her eyes, and she manages to be convinced to get on an even worse ride, I would argue, if you're scared of rides.
Yeah.
I would pick the fucking, at least it's just up and down once, and then you're done. I'll take that over a roller coaster. I'm not afraid of rides, but like, if I was, I'm trying to put myself in her shoes here.
Well, I'm well in her shoes. I get it. I get it all.
I want you to go on. I want them to make the ride that's in House on Haunted Hill so that I could drag you on it, because it's like going up the CN Tower and then standing on the glass ceiling and then having the tower malfunction and fall.
Well, I've been on that glass ceiling and it's...
Or a glass floor, you know what I mean. The glass ceiling is women inability to become CEOs. That's a different thing.
Sorry, yeah, no, I've been on the glass floor in the CN Tower.
I have nothing to do with the ceiling.
I don't know what that fucking ceiling, it's not sucks that it's there, you know, but I was on the glass. I laid down on the glass floor and an asshole jumped on it and I was spooked.
Yeah.
So.
And then I imagine it just falls then.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's bad.
I'm going to take you on a ride like that one of these days. It's going to be sick.
That's all right.
It's all right.
So this roller coaster, it's in Vancouver. It's at the Playland.
Yeah.
It's called the Corkscrew. I don't know if the devil is they made the devil for the ride or if it's for the movie. But I was like, oh man, it's really weird to see the devil without a dick and balls. And then I saw they had the balls draped. I was relieved to see the balls drooping over the fucking doorway.
You were worried.
Yeah.
The ride would not be complete
And,
without
like,
dick and balls.
There's no way that his hand is holding anything but his dick. Because it's down there.
Well, he's beckoning. That's what the devil does, like 90% of his waking life, is beckon.
He beckons you where?
Well, this time to the balls. Specifically.
And like, and just to reinforce that for sure his balls are out, like, Frankie in the very next scene is like, yeah, girls, why don't you pretend like you're holding his gigantic balls?
Okay. All right.
So
they must be his balls.
I
all
like,
right?
I don't know, they're too round. It's a gigantic red nutsack. It's pretty.
It's not visible then in the picture later.
Oh yeah, no, they don't show it. They do everything but show it. So
Okay.
maybe it's not, but I feel like if you had a gigantic red nutsack to film,
Yeah. Why
you would
wouldn't
have
you?
it in the shot.
Yeah.
It would be there.
Maybe they were trying to avoid an R rating. R for red balls.
They were trying to avoid an R rating, but let's make a man pancake head, fucking all over the place. Jesus.
Got that batter everywhere. Like you took the blender, the fucking, what's it called? The mixing thing? Like you took it out when it was still wet and it was on.
Exactly.
That is what happened.
So, yeah, so the pep talk for Wendy. I don't know, Giant Red Nutsack may or may not be there. Send us an email.
Yeah.
grindhousemovie.club. If you see the Giant Red Nutsack,
Just title the email, I saw the giant red nutsack.
we'll know exactly what you mean.
I don't get too much spam like that.
Fuck.
I know from experience that it's near impossible to get a girlfriend onto a roller coaster they don't want to be on. It doesn't matter how hard you hold their shoulders when you're talking right into their mouth. If they don't want on that shit, they're not getting on it.
Yeah, don't you want to, like, not make them do something they don't want to do?
Yeah.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do with women?
Or is it your favorite thing, which calls into question what other activities you've made them do?
Yeah. So this is where we find out the unfortunate age difference between Frankie and everybody else.
Yeah. Great. We'll just have him around, though. Why is he not getting kicked out of the fucking amusement park?
Why was he harassing those girls the entire way through this lineup to the ride? It's not like they walked up and got on the ride. They had to stand.
And he just kept going, yeah.
Yeah, and like he just kept talking and talking. At one point, I think he pulls out, like he was like, yeah, I won this fucking trucker.
Yeah. It's the lady, it's the lady sunbathing with her knees up.
Yeah,
everybody knows what it looks like.
The mud flap
Yeah.
gal leaned back,
Great.
right? And he's like, "Yeah, I won this on the wobbly ladder thing."
Yeah, that he fell off of, according to the picture later.
Yeah,
Because that's interesting.
and then he also tongue molests his necklace to try and impress these children.
Nothing gets a 17-year-old wetter than kissing your necklace.
And knowing that there's a man doing it, a creepy man who you've.
It's probably already started rusting from all of his fucking turned-on sweat.
Ugh. So anyway, yeah, we entered the fucking thing.
Let's talk about entering the thing, okay? Because that's where my 2 sentences or less came from.
Yeah, looking directly up.
Roller coasters work on hydraulic fluid a lot. You know what doesn't work on hydraulic fluid is the goddamn shoulder straps, but that's its own thing. It doesn't even make any fucking goddamn sense. It's a metal lock, okay? They press a button. When you see the steam pipe with loose bolts emitting, jostling back like it's an earthquake right now, anytime the roller coaster is anywhere near it, guess what? End of roller coaster for me. I will turn immediately around and leave. I'll go to a ride that's intact and tightened.
I don't think it was even a steam pipe. I think it was literally structure.
Hey,
to the
if
roller
it was
coaster.
some roller coaster, yes,
Like
structural pipe,
yeah.
even more to my point.
Exactly. And it was like you kept walking despite the wiggle jiggle.
Hey, look, it's broken. Let's go.
Yeah.
End of movie.
Check that out. That's pretty fucked. Guys, let's all look up.
It's phenomenal the way. I must be blind if I'm ignoring all these signs.
And yet, nope, still getting on despite the tubes.
Holy shit.
And her boyfriend says the whole time, nothing to worry about. And
It's
then
fine.
even the alt couple, they're there and they're like, hey,
Yeah.
what they say is roller coasters are just conversion of potential energy to kinetic energy, which is some shit they say later too about death.
Thanks, Einstein. You work nights at the Home Depot.
Yeah, you cut wood for seemingly no fucking reason.
Holy fuck! You work
Nights.
you work at the warehouse on a lift truck.
You're the guy they have to pay. So
I'm taking my hard hitting science from this guy.
Oh,
the dude
yeah.
that essentially has the mental fucking capacity at his job of a Walmart greeter.
pretty much.
Good. Yeah, you guys, you're together and you work together? That doesn't sound like a fucking nightmare. I can't escape you no matter what I do?
Angry at home and you still get the grill at work?
Sick.
Great.
Not only that, if I get frustrated with you at work, I can't take it home.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, so anyway.
This is the first choice. So Jason, in spectacular shitty boyfriend fashion, is like, okay, I want to sit at the front. And his girlfriend, Wendy, who is basically having an anxious fit, and has been for 10 minutes, doesn't want to sit at the front. Any boyfriend worth their salt would go, oh, where do you want to sit? I've already coaxed you onto this against your better judgment. I'd rather not make it worse by continuing to make decisions for you that you hate.
Exactly.
So let's flip a coin about whether or not I make you sit with the boyfriend of my friend who you don't like.
Yeah. Well, let's do that. Let's absolutely do that.
Sick. First choice of the movie. And what did you choose?
So, yeah.
It's heads or tails.
I chose tails.
I
now,
chose heads.
My movie, drastically different from your movie.
Okay.
What happens when you choose tails?
The girlfriends, hot swap boyfriends, and people get on the ride.
They certainly do. And everything happens.
Yeah.
Everything that happens. This is just a vision. It's just her vision. Before they get on the ride. Then she goes, I'm not getting on the fucking ride! And describes exactly what happens, and everybody goes, I guess we're not getting on the ride.
Yeah.
Movie ends! The fucking movie ends! It starts doing like a where are they now? And it starts showing pictures of them. And I'm like, this is a weird way to start the movie. And then the movie fucking ends. We had drastically different endings.
It's the worst version of the book, where you just turn to page 368. The end!
You didn't get on the plane and go to the jungle. Fucking, that's
Holy
the end.
Shit.
Everything that happens, but then they don't go on the ride, and then they
That's
look over
so
their
fucking
shoulder and the
funny.
fucking thing crashes.
Long game choice.
So, Kevin, the girlfriend breaks up with Kevin directly after that, because she's like, I'm ready to live my life.
Yeah.
Kevin becomes obsessed with Wendy, joins the army, and gets a restraining order put on him against Wendy.
Oh my god.
Wendy, no, not even fucking the boyfriend Jason. I think he starts a religion.
What the fuck?
Wendy,
Why?
Wendy embraces her new psychic abilities and becomes an advisor to people, politicians and celebrities.
I hate this.
End of film.
I hate that so bad.
Yup.
What about literally everybody else that got on the ride, though?
Nobody else follows them.
Fuck, man.
I went back and I chose heads.
Well, that was smart of you.
And you know what happens? They still swap.
Yeah.
It's still.
So that's why I got the impression that, it changes nothing, the choice that I made.
Yeah. So what I did right was, because, like, as they're getting on the ride, I think it's Kevin to Jason is like, hey, don't you touch my girlfriend, because, like, payback's a bitch. And then
Yikes.
at some point while they're on this ride, he gets cut in half. And I'm like, well, obviously, payback's a bitch. He touched his girlfriend. No, I wrote, Jason smashed his girlfriend, so he sprayed himself all over Wendy, Anyway, so what happens when you choose heads?
That's it. The movie continues as normal.
Oh!
That's it.
Oh, you mean you actually, okay,
I get
good.
to see the vision, and then after she gets out of the vision, she panics and says, stop the ride. And then she explains the vision, and half the people don't fucking believe her. So what ends up happening is, because she's panicking, the security guard comes out and he says, open up the ride, just the back. Let me tell you something that would never fucking happen. If one person needs to be evacuated from a ride because of their panicked episode, and it starts a mob fight between 3 people because somebody else accidentally backhands the goth guy's girlfriend, and so football guy's being held back from Jason also for bad mouthing Wendy for having a panic attack. Guess what? That ride gets shut down. Everybody off. Privileges revoked.
Yeah,
In
why
the
not?
real world,
Why
every
not?
single one
Why
of those
not?
people gets saved by her panicked episode.
So, I'm going to go over the vision real quick.
Yeah.
Because the vision is they go to get on the ride, and fucking Frankie, like a predator,
Yes.
waits for his opportunity to slip in to sit behind the girls.
Before doing that, it's just shots of him staring at underage asses.
And like a fucking fly
Like
rubbing his
Wile E.
hands together.
Coyote licking his lips at the same time.
Yeah.
His tongue falls out of his mouth and rolls like the red carpet along the floor.
Oh, yeah. So he falls in real quick behind I think it's Wendy and Kevin. And he strong arms his way into sitting behind the...
Yeah, because that was going to be
the
their
bimbos.
seat, yeah. And then he sits in the far seat from the camera, and then when we cut to the close-up of just the 2 chicks and him, he's in the close seat miraculously somehow.
I think he chose to sit there so nobody else would, like, sit next to him.
But you don't get to see him switch.
Oh, well, who cares?
He's just... me, because continuity errors, okay? I had to point it out.
Well, let me tell you, I was much more concerned with fucking Frankie Sweet Cheeks asking
Yeah.
these underage children to
Yeah.
flash him. Well,
Their breasts...
he asked very politely now.
Mm-hmm,
I'll give him that to flash their sweet titties
Yeah.
on the loop.
On the loop specifically.
Yeah.
Because then they hang. They'll jiggle.
And I mean, that's probably why. But also, hey, they're in front of you. How are you going to film that?
Bird's eye up top.
And that's what he does.
Yeah.
And they end up swatting the camera out of his hand.
They do.
It wraps around the thingy. Mm-hmm. And this whole time, I guess there's hydraulic fluid leaking.
Which, I mean, all that's doing is fucking around with the straps into the seat over your shoulders.
Yeah.
Again, it's a metal lock. It's not a hydraulic fluid system.
Camera wraps around the thing. It runs over the camera. Everybody dies systematically.
Yes.
And,
yeah.
there's like a loop. I enjoyed the corkscrew bit where Lewis is like holding on like zero gravity and it goes through the corkscrew.
That was good.
I also enjoyed him pinging off the fucking pole and making a crunch. Like
Kevin
every bone,
getting split in half was not what I was expecting from that. I thought he was just going to get impaled.
When they
but
go
no.
backwards, he just...
His insides go everywhere but inside of him.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I was disappointed by the goths fall because all they do is fall. You don't even get to see shit.
Yeah.
Well, fine.
I mean, that's basically it. And then, but instead of them leaving before they get on the ride, they get on the ride, they get off the ride. Oh!
Hang on a quick second.
Yeah.
I just ended this movie.
Yeah, did you? Mm-hmm. How?
No loose objects. So one of the reasons why that comes up, and the joke that I made about the 2 sluts not being allowed to ride the roller coaster, is because I think Wendy tries to snap a picture, or it's Jason or Kevin, I can't remember what, but with the digital camera, and then the guy comes over and confiscates it because there's no loose objects allowed. Earlier, Lewis's shoulder thing holsters aren't going down fully, so the guy has to go over and push them down. That means that he has checked every seat on the roller coaster to make sure everything is okay. Why's Frankie still got his video camera?
When his seat goes down, he's got his arms up like this. And so he doesn't confiscate the camera. Kevin's like, yo, I'll put it in my pocket. Frankie overhears that and he jams it in his little jacket, but he's got his arms like, it comes down weirdly over his arms, so he's like holding it to his chest. I know.
That's very convenient.
It's all right, because the whole time they're on this roller coaster, those things aren't locked anyway. Everybody's trying to looks like they're holding it in place downward.
Yeah, because that's why I was angry about the hydraulic fluid thing, because they're implying that the leak means that those just release. And that's why they have to all hold them down.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if, because when it runs over the camera, it causes some more damage and there's sparks. Like, is that when it starts to, either way.
What's the point of having the hydraulic fluid scene then, when the whole purpose of it is just to push the roller coaster up the first peak?
What's the point of choosing tails, man? Why did I do that?
You had to, the heads had the devil head. You had to pick that one.
Of course.
That's the indicator.
So yeah, and then
I'll tell you right now, once
that's
again,
that.
my problem with Final Destination movies is that I'm not a big believer in the supernatural. I'm the kind of person that, like, show me it. Yeah, you can show me the math equation that proves that aliens exist in the universe given its size and all the variables therein. That's fine. Show me them. Show me them in my face. I don't want to see a blurry NASA footage of a fucking a black speck flitting across the vacuum of space. There's a million of those. They're called rocks, bro.
Sometimes rocks gotta go places.
Yeah.
Not all rocks stay in one spot.
Whether or not there's an afterlife is an answer that no living human could ever have. Show me the ghosts, though. Zach Baggins.
Show me the ghosts.
Show me them. Anyway,
Show me 'em.
with all that being said, somebody goes, I just had a vision of this thing crashing and all of us dying. I'll leave. Bye. Because you put the thought in my head. That's all that matters. Regardless, even if I stayed, I'd hate it.
You know what?
You ruined the fun for me. You spoiled the ending.
At bare minimum, let's let this one go through. We'll get on the next one.
Yeah, let me see it take a full fucking trip there to make sure that nothing explodes in my face.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Okay, good. We're good.
So yeah, they all get escorted off the fucking ride, and well, Jason doesn't. He's still stuck on the ride with nameless girlfriend here.
Yeah.
And his hey, let me check on my girlfriend is now drowned out by the crowd going, hey ho, let's go.
Yeah.
Which is like, hey, we gotta go. Obviously, the crowd wants to go.
We're just gonna do what the crowd says instead of worrying about the safety of patrons in our establishment.
We sure let the lady off for screaming, but this guy, fucking, baby,
Nah, he's
baby.
fine. Yeah, wuss. He's got the prime location. It's right in the front. He's gonna regret it. I'll tell you. They get escorted out, and then you get to just watch from the ground as the roller coaster gets destroyed anyway. I'd have the biggest shit-eating I told you so grin on my face right at that security guard. Because whose fault is it that it kept going? The security guard.
Yeah.
You just killed half a dozen people.
I
who are
told
kids.
you. I every day I come up, told you so.
Yep. You fucking tried to call me hysterical and drown me in a lake like a Salem witch, but nah.
How did the roller coaster crash if the guy with
Yep.
the camera got kicked off?
Just
and
wondering about that survivor's guilt.
And the camera was the reason the roller coaster crashed, but he never got he got kicked off the thing as well. He
If
wasn't
only-
on the roller coaster to drop the camera. How did the roller coaster crash? It's my question. Yeah, sure, the hydraulic fluid, but like it seemed like the camera was the catalyst for really the major.
So it just crashed a little differently.
Okay,
Movie. Says movie to you on the phone. At night.
that's right. I did have my hand up to my ear as if I was calling in to this radio show to ask some stupid questions that I had just now.
Hey, that was actually a really good question. And you, here's the problem, had a shitty explanation answer to my question, but I don't have one for you.
Ah,
That's it. It just crashed a little differently.
sure. Okay, well, Jason's dead either fucking way. It
Yeah, he
doesn't-
sure is.
That's it. Hey, if you got to glean anything from the intro to this movie, Jason's dead and he's not coming back.
There's no Freddy glove to pull his mask down into the dirt.
Nameless girlfriend wiped from the face of the earth.
That's right. Good riddance anyway, because fuck her and her dumb. I'm gonna break up with you and tell everybody but you.
Yeah, just after graduation, just to ruin your summer.
Nothing casts a pallor over graduation like multiple children dying.
You know, it really does kind of put just a whole gray
And-
cloud over that day.
Yeah, and you can tell because they filtered the next few shots differently.
Well, yeah.
Everything's bluer.
it's
because,
raining.
Because sad.
And rain.
Sad and wet.
And it's raining because it's sad.
You don't want to be sad and wet.
So we're at the school. Wendy's back at school for some reason.
Just cleaning out her fucking locker.
Seems like it's the next day. We didn't really get much in between. We
No.
literally got nothing in between.
I gotta be honest, like, anything in that locker, given that the first words out of her mouth in the next scene are, I'm leaving, just leave it there. What do you got? Books? Queer? What else?
Well, I mean, she had a picture of her boyfriend, but
Yeah, but why'd she take that?
it's not like there's gonna be a new picture
Dude,
of him.
you're trying to
update.
scrub where you came from your life. Don't keep the pictures of your boyfriend. Wipe the memory card of the camera.
Also, try a little harder to move, because you don't try very hard. I don't even see you look up, like, a Kijiji listing. You didn't even look.
Later on, when she's talking about leaving with Julie, she says, when I find a place. She doesn't even have anything lined up.
Right? But she's packing.
Why
done. Is she packing?
Yeah, hitchhiking. She'll figure it out. She's a medium, okay? It'll make itself clear to her.
It's like when you're like 5 and you're like, fuck it, Mom, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And you just pack with nowhere to go and you just walk down the street.
You're like me. You make it to the weird forest in behind my elementary school and go, there's no food here. I'm going home. That's quite literally what happened. I crawled out the window and everything like a real G, and just like an hour later, I'm hungry. Fuck
it. Didn't even notice you were gone.
Right?
So, I mean, it's time to sign some yearbooks.
Yeah.
And this is where you really, Jay, look me in the eyes, need to pay attention.
Okay.
If you don't pay attention, you're gonna miss it.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the yearbook signing scene where
in the bodega where the picnic tables are, because they're trying their best to make this seem like an LA high school. So we have the concrete with the roof with the picnic tables underneath, because that's where all the race related fights happen.
That's right. That's right. I've seen a lot of World Stars.
Yeah.
The alternative gentleman says
Ian is his
out
name.
loud, and his name is Ian, and you know that because it's the yearbook signing, and he's signing a yearbook, and he signs the yearbook by just writing the word Ian above the name of the school, because he out loud says, why does my name have to be the name of my school? It comes up later. You'll see.
Ian. Oh, yeah.
It's very important. It comes up later.
Yeah.
But you need to know that, or else later on it makes no fucking sense.
It's really cool because I didn't catch that line, so later on it just made no fucking sense.
I did catch that line. I said, his last name must be the school name because he's writing his fucking name on the yearbook like an ass.
I thought he was just like, like his grandfather's like the founder of the fucking school or something.
I think the whole town is called McKinley.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
sure.
I don't know.
So his grandfather's the founder of the town.
Sure, why not?
The only thing I want to say about this conversation between Kevin and Wendy when he tries to convince her to stick around to see his Pepe Sylvia board.
You had to go to graduation, please.
Why? He should have led with, I've been doing research into the exact thing that happened to you happening to other people in the past. He shouldn't have tried to, like, convince her to stick around just because I made a promise to your dead boyfriend about how I wouldn't rape you on the roller coaster.
Yeah, he really takes that promise seriously.
I said I wouldn't rape you on the roller coaster, so now I'm stuck with you for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, his jurisdiction ended directly after they exited the roller coaster, but he's taking it on as forever, apparently.
Yeah. He's trauma bonded. She's the opposite.
Yeah.
She wants to go away from the trauma. He's like, stick around.
The
Let me put a ring on it, please. Fuck.
Fucking... Yeah, please, I promised, fucking look after you. And let me tell you, you don't need to.
No, I'm good.
You also do a shit job of it.
Real bad.
I
will say that, so that right there prevents us from having my least favorite part of movies like this, which is the 25 minutes inevitably of characters trying to figure out exactly what's going on. You get the answer right there. Hey, I did 5 Googles and Tony Todd's face came up. I know everything.
Well, look.
The number 180, which is what you're trying to do and leave, I don't want that.
Oh my god. Oh shit. I think you just put something together the film didn't even imply. That's awesome. Yeah, so this is what I'm saying. If you've seen one Final Destination,
yeah,
you've seen them all. And let me tell you, see like the last one, because that's the one where they're gonna sit there and explain every single fucking movie.
It gets more and more annoying, like, the further you go, like, to the first movie in the series, because of the more time people are dumbfoundedly trying to figure things out.
Hey, this happened 9 times! Now let's sit here and I'm gonna tell you each and every single time.
The more times it's happened, the fewer characters in the movie are like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
By 9 times, like, oh, that's okay, yeah.
We really ought to be looking out for breezes and doors, apparently.
Is
this Pulse?
Books being flipped by a breeze.
Underwear being shuffled around a suitcase.
Wisps.
What the fuck?
In the trees.
Yeah, this movie has that plenty of that. Like, hey, this happened before and also before.
The brief, I think we get, this is, she goes home, tells Kevin basically right to his face to go fuck himself.
Oh, yeah, like, we're not
she,
friends.
She stops just sort of saying, like, I'm glad your girlfriend's dead because we don't have to talk anymore.
Pretty much.
When he's like, I'm just trying to be friendly. Can we not discuss the horrible thing that happened to both of us at the same time?
Nah.
Fuck.
Oh, fucking, yeah. He also, like, discloses all of the rules to Final Destination.
Perfect.
He knows
Now
all of
I
the
have
Final
them.
Destination rules.
Yeah.
By the way, if he gets skipped, it comes back. Hey.
Must have been a
See ya.
long HuffPost article.
I know we hate each other, but if he gets skipped, it comes back. So
Actually, Reddit was invented 2 years before this movie came out. So it was a very long Reddit thread he read.
probably.
Yeah.
That's probably why they call it that, right? Because he did that.
Yes.
He read it.
That's the joke. So she's looking through the fucking pictures, which, I mean, scrub the memory card.
Oh, we also get the bimbos are like, hey, I know all of your friends are dead. Like your boyfriend, he's splattered on the ground. Would you like to come tanning? No? Well, we tried.
Well, I know that you saw your boyfriend die and then he died the exact same way you saw it, and so you had to see it twice, technically. Would you like to get bronzed? Would you like to get trumped up?
That was so nice of us to...
And then, right out loud, that was so nice of us.
Yeah, oh my god. Fucking bimbos.
Which is, okay, fine, you're deliberately airheaded as fuck. I get, that's the whole character, there's nothing else. It's as empty as they are.
Yep.
Fine.
And like, so yeah, this next scene is cuts between the bimbos and Wendy.
Wendy
is looking at pictures.
Trying to decide whether or not she loves her sister.
Yeah.
On, like, just 1 second to the next. Her sister barges in. I mean, I would be treating my sister, my sibling, with oven mitts for like 3 months after this.
You really ought to be
I wouldn't
nicer.
be bitching about a bracelet.
Oh yeah, especially when it's fine.
Me in her shoes, anything like that would probably set me right off. You might die.
Wake up with her over your bed. The bracelet.
You might get strangled by a bracelet. Like,
yeah. But she doesn't give a fuck.
no, she's just, help. Will you live with me when I move away to a place I don't know where it is yet at all?
My underwear is all in my suitcase. All of my underwear.
I packed the essentials.
I've only got the one pair until I move.
I packed the bare necessities.
Ooh. I wish I could.
Because I'm gonna be from the waist down after the second day.
Well, yeah. Well, no, because you flip them inside out, and then you wear the...
What if she gets her period? It was a bummer.
Shrug my shoulders. Did a little hand gesture.
I'll still go down.
So,
where are your parents? Where are anyone's parents?
Where are they?
Holy shit. Are we not doing group grief counseling?
Are we not going to at least tell our parents we're trying to move out?
Right.
They're going to be concerned when they see the packed bags. It's not like you're like leaving right now. You're just going to have packed bags about your room for your parents to see.
Yeah. No questions asked. This is a Tuesday. Julie wants to use the camera because she's going to some dumb the graduation.
Yeah.
And Wendy's like, yeah, just let me charge it first. So you're going to give the camera to Julie, the one that has the creepy upskirt shot on it, without at least scrubbing through the memory card to get rid of the gross things that your established younger sister would see?
Yeah. You're bringing up a lot of great points here. You might, you might delete that photo just because it's disrespectful
to the dead,
and like
as
also,
well.
It's fucking creepy.
It is both of those things.
Why are you keeping that?
Like, what? Why are you keeping any of these pictures? You owe nothing to the graduation of the high school in the city you're trying to get the fuck out of ASAP.
Also, like, they're not good pictures.
No, most of them are blurry. You didn't do a very good job. You did about as good of a job as a 17-year-old with a digital camera would do at night.
Yeah. Probably best they didn't give you the fucking real camera.
Yeah, there's somebody else with the real camera also there. We'll just use those ones. It's okay. You know what? Keep the camera. That's why she still has it.
Oh, Christ. So we joined the bimbos at the tanning salon.
Now, this tanning salon is really fly-by-night.
Oh, you're damn right it is.
In that it's owned by an Eastern European man. Or not even owned. It's staffed by an Eastern European man who won't even stick around while the dangerous thing is happening. He'd rather talk to his screaming girlfriend on the phone out back in the rain. That's what he would rather do than work.
Yeah. Oh,
Sick.
yeah.
The only thing that he doesn't like, don't bring drinks into the room because there's electronics. That makes tons of sense.
Yeah.
So this one bitch, no, that's right. So this one bitch, she places them into the garbage, but only lets go of one. So she just says like, "Fuck my friend's slushy, but I'll keep mine."
Yeah.
Cunt? What the fuck is that? Fully capable of holding both while he turns around absently of his business that he works at.
Well, look, if this guy was really going to do his job, if he really gave a shit about the drinks, he wouldn't have just turned around. He would have
just taken them.
Yeah, he would have stuck around and done his goddamn job.
Damn.
Instead of putting a tube of cream in a heavy metal door and expecting that to hold.
At this point, I came to a realization. And it's unfortunately going to ruin the movie.
Oh, boy.
The mechanic of the images that were taken at the fair, having clues as to how people are going to die after the fact, doesn't make sense because Death as a Force had them all dying on the roller coaster after all those pictures were being taken. So he wouldn't have had to come up with other ways to kill them, thus not at all ever leaving any clues in pictures.
Oh, boy.
Whoops movie. Big whoops movie.
Kind of big old whoops there, huh?
It's sort of like, it's the same principle as having like a hide key rock and then telling everybody you meet, "There's my hide key rock." It's right there.
Guess what's under it? Keys.
You can come right in.
Oh my god. Yeah, you got a great point there.
And also by that, and fucking, you have the house key surgically attached to your hand. Also, that's the other way. Like, fuck.
So, yeah.
Also,
kind of ruined the movie.
The first picture that she realizes has a clue in it is Jason's picture of the roller coaster coming at his head. By that logic, the roller coaster would have had to hit him in the head. You'd have to be standing on the tracks upside down and get hit in the head by a roller coaster. Because every single one of these other ones is literal as fuck.
Yeah, it is.
It's a bright, hot red light for these two.
Yeah.
It's literally a fan for Frankie later. It's nails. Like, alright?
Yeah, fucking, so...
Damn it.
These fucking bimbos.
Yeah.
They're like, "Hey, look, just go talk to your Eastern European girlfriend back in Eastern Europe.
Just yell in Eastern European.
We have
what
got
kind of
this.
Eastern European? Doesn't matter.
It's as long
His
as
name's Yuri. That could be anything.
As long as it doesn't cross over into becoming back like Western Europe. You know how there's like that line?
It's Poland to Russia. Those are your options are in there. Oh, microphone. Let's knock this microphone all over the place.
Oh, God. So, yeah, he's like, "Fine, we got it. You just go do that." And the dude steps outside for what reason? Because he's about to get... You're going to get robbed. You are going to get robbed.
So his argument is that inside the building, all of the mechanics for the tanning beds fuck with his signal. So I have to go outside to make phone calls.
Sure.
Now, if that's true, you'd think that he would have a dedicated door stop instead of using a lotion bottle that can open and drain, thus closing and locking the door.
You're absolutely right.
You'd think he'd be well versed in what can prop the door open the best.
Yeah, considering, how okay he was with just not being at his job.
Yeah.
He does this a lot. And now, what you're thinking at home is like, okay, so yeah, the back door obviously is closed for business.
Mm-hmm.
The front door is always open.
Well, no.
No, not at all.
Because this guy just lets these two airhead dumb sluts have free reign of the tanning salon as if they're the only customers. So they can go to the front and have a back in 30 minutes note and lock the door.
Just so nobody comes in to see them naked.
Perfect.
Well, guess what?
We get to.
Yeah, and hey, guess what?
Tits out.
Y'all aren't 7. Y'all.
There's no way.
Y'all aren't 18. They literally in the next scene are. Yeah, they didn't get to live to 18.
Yeah.
Well, don't bring me into the crime. I didn't want to be a part of this.
By the film's logic, we just saw child porn.
Fuck
everybody. I'm over here like, fuck yeah, it's legal this time.
I I didn't ask for this.
Oh God.
Ah.
Take solace in the fact that all of these actors are clearly in their mid to late 20s. This is like Beverly Hills 90210, the movie.
Oh my God. So, yeah.
This is the choice in this scene is you can either set the temperature of the room that they're in to 76 degrees or 78 degrees. Now, there's a throwaway line where one of them asks, why does Yuri always keep it so cold in here? Because there's 2 fucking saunas in there, that's why.
Yeah.
Because it's really hot.
It's for the machinery.
Holy shit.
Oh, well,
bitch.
fuck the machinery. It's only expensive and not mine.
I'll put my, condensating as we speak drink right on the most electrical part of this whole room.
Please do.
That'll be fine. So what did you pick?
I picked 73.
Oh, so it's okay. So it's 73 and 76.
Yeah, I didn't want it to get hot.
Okay. So what happens when you choose 73 degrees in this scene? What happens to the 2 young ladies?
Look, I'm not gonna lie. Probably the exact same thing.
No.
No?
I know it's not.
Okay. All right. So 73. What happens is the drink starts to sweat.
Yep.
Liquid drips into this like white box.
The inner workings of the thing that controls the ambient temperature in the room.
And it says something like, "Don't set this past 250."
Yeah.
Right now it's at 230.
Mm-hmm.
The water drips in and like shorts it out, and it begins to rise in temperature.
While this is happening, because the ladies forgot their iPod, they're pouring through the CDs. They shit on Celine Dion and Britney Spears
sure
real quick,
do.
just as if they're better than either of those 2.
And they fucking land on the weirdest, but also makes the most sense for the film. Do you know why? Do you know the song? Do you?
Well, it's Roller Coaster of Love, Matt.
But do you know why?
I believe I do. Because I think I wrote it.
Well, in the song,
yeah.
absolutely zero reason is a blood-curdling scream of like somebody being murdered.
The urban legend is that it was somebody outside the sound booth being stabbed while it was being recorded.
And and if you're like, oh, I hope we get to hear it, you hear it twice.
You do. It's only in the song once, but for some reason it's twice in the fucking movie.
And it's the second you hear the song, you hear the scream.
It's like the intro kicks in and you get the scream.
Yeah. So if you didn't know, that was in the song and not in the movie for no fucking reason.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway.
The only reason I figured, because I knew that fun fact.
Yeah.
I had forgotten all about it until I heard it again, and I was like, oh yeah, that's the scream from the thing. Okay.
So, look up the Ohio Players Love Roller Coaster. And then go on Snopes.
Ohio Players.
Snopes. It was a great website as a 15-year-old to find things.
It was. That whether or not they were true. It was awesome. My favorite one, Giant Tug of War, where the rope breaks and several people lost limbs. Because that sounds like it would be fake. It's not.
Oh.
That happened.
Oh. Well, that's fucked.
The recoil tore arms off. Like 3 or 4 people.
All right. Holy shit. The only one I remember on there was like the nipple with the worms in it that really upset me.
What?
It was photoshopped. It was one of those flowers that you see in potpourri.
I didn't read that.
And they mixed a nipple.
Or was it like the little like parasite holes type thing? Yeah, that explains a lot about you.
I was scarred. The water leaks, and then it starts shorting.
Yeah.
And so
it's getting hotter and hotter.
In the scene, you see the one, she puts her like big fucking gym bag up on the coat rack, and it's very wobbly for the reasons that come clear here.
My thing with this whole shit is like there's 50 things that I would have noticed in this salon that I would have been like, oh fuck this place, I'm gonna die here. Or at the very least, I'm in danger. Not because of the whole Final Destination part, but because of a wobbly coat rack in the tanning bedroom. But these 2 are so fucking stupid by canon that I was like, fine. They don't notice fuck all.
Yep. No. The fan or the vent kicks on and it like blows.
Yeah.
The rack over. The rack hits a tree. The tree hits the shelf that all the
Rube Goldberg machine of death.
Yeah, and then that falls over. The shelf falls off the wall
and
bangs on the thing, somehow wedging itself in both doors. These are 2 tanning beds across the room from each other. Why would you ever have that? Because you got to get naked to get in there. It's weird.
It's the couple's room. I don't know.
Sure.
These two probably experimented like last year because it would have been 11th grade for them.
And then, and then like there's just the machines malfunction, and then they kind of look and sound a lot like a hot dog in a microwave. That's what.
Yeah. A lot of glass breaks and shit. Okay, so I chose 76 degrees.
Okay.
In 76 degrees, they do both die. However, one of them manages to notice how hot it's getting and get out of the tanning bed.
Okay.
So that when the shelf gets knocked over, it just beans her in the head and knocks her the fuck out. So she's asleep, naked in the middle of the room, while the other woman is burning alive. And then she wakes up at the last second, opens the bed, she's in it, singed. And then the glass lights at the bottom fall as they grab each other and they get electrocuted to death.
Oh my God.
Which is even more fantastic than the original, which is the one that you saw.
Oh
That's
my
the only
God.
reason I know that it's a different one that I got.
Yeah, because mine
I've
is
seen the original movie so many fucking times.
mine ends with two tanning beds, like with flames shooting out of them, and then it just
on fire.
and then it just cuts to two coffins in the same spot.
Which
so good.
I don't get to have that match cut,
No, you don't.
which sucks for me.
I loved it. It was
Because I
so
remember
good.
it, and I was like, how are they going to match cut? And then you can't.
No, I in my head I'm like, so are they sisters? Why are they being buried next to each other?
You know,
What's
they're-
happening here?
They're attached at the hip or some shit. I don't know.
So
Fuck.
I you know what?
It's
I
in
like
their
it.
wills.
I like that they were two different things because I was just like, so
Yeah.
it's the same fucking thing.
So once I saw that, then okay, my assumption is the deaths became different, and that proves itself to be true later on as well, a little.
And okay, so all this is happening. Wendy's just at home. It keeps cutting back to her
Yeah.
looking at this photo where there's like a light leak or like a red light is shooting at the lens, makes it look like fire on these girls.
Yeah,
And then also her lamp starts flickering.
yeah.
And a breeze blows through the room. And for some reason, I'll say it again, rustles her panties in her suitcase real good. I understand it's death. Is he thumbing through her undergarments? What the fuck?
Why is Death a perv?
Did he stop for a sniff?
Why is Death Frankie?
He's the spirit.
Fuck.
Oh yeah, I wrote there's no more cream in the tube, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
And what I mean is the door is now locked and he has to run around to the other side.
Which is also locked, so it's basically while this is happening, Yuri is just frantically not breaking glass to get into his own establishment.
Yeah, and also it took him a really long time to hear the screams.
It did. For a cracked open door, it sure did.
So,
Right to funeral. At this funeral, I don't give a shit about the eulogy. Ian has the nuts to interrupt it
Yeah,
by
he
talking
does.
about, and I get it too, because there's nothing, like, there's no equality in 17-year-olds dying, okay? So I don't care about your shitty peace of mind, father. Try again. However, I want to point out, and this is where next time I'll have the slot machine jackpot sound.
all right.
He goes, he's listing off people who should be dead who aren't, okay? And one of them is Osama bin Laden. Osama, still kicking.
JJ.
They hadn't found him yet when this movie was made, okay?
Wasn't the not the only time he says that either.
No, later on. Almost immediately later on in the movie.
Yep.
Almost the exact next scene in the movie.
So well, also there was while the bimbos are on fire, Wendy's calling them, and for some reason, I don't know what in the fucking universe possesses her to be like, oh, sorry, I was too late. Why would you ever say that if you're suspecting them to be dead?
Oh my god.
The fucking cops
Oh my
would
god.
be at your door. They would have so many questions as to why did you say that?
I didn't
What
even
did you
think
mean?
about that.
What
Your
did you
phrasing
mean?
choice when you know what the stakes are, bro.
Hey, we know you've been around 3+ people dying for seemingly no reason. We're gonna watch you leave, though.
Oh, my fucking-
Don't you be near another death. The police, I guess they're busy with other things.
I mean, yeah, she wasn't at the tanning salon, but she very much was in the drive-thru right after that.
So
During this funeral, I just want to point out, if you thought that preying on a 17-year-old was
oh
too much,
no, not Franklin Cheeks.
he
Franklin.
sure does try to kiss Julie, a maximum 16-year-old.
Yeah.
at the funeral.
We know she's not a senior.
It's not. We're good.
All right.
It's not a service call. We're good.
Beautiful. Fucking Frankie Sweet Cheeks.
Yeah.
Fucking loose lips and sweet. That's what he calls himself. He literally calls himself Frankie Sweet Cheeks at the very start of the movie while they're in line. And
because he likes them or has them.
See, that's my question. He's like, hey, because his first line, well, maybe second line to these girls is like, hey, ladies, I got this chain. It's old school. Because Frankie Sweet Cheeks likes it old school.
Like, with rape?
And then he tongues that fucking metal lady's undergarment carriage puss area.
When you say you like it old school...
Or
like,
no, I guess he says he is old school. So yes,
like
Jay.
back when the age of consent was lower.
Back when the age of consent was...
Whatever I say it is, because I'm the man.
Hey, do you mind if I take your daughter out? Friend of mine who we went to public school with because we're the same age, and you're the father of the daughter. What I'm saying is old guys just, swooping in like a gigantic eagle, a prehistoric eagle.
Not
that picks
good.
up cows
Not
and
good.
takes them off.
Mysteriously missing from this funeral is Wendy, but never fear. She's actually just 30 feet away. Calling Kevin to pull him away from a funeral so that he can know that she's there because she wanted to feel Jay. His penis? Why did you say it like that?
I wanted to feel his spirit.
I don't like the way that my name is in this movie like that.
Yeah, the guy's name is Jason too. It's not even
Yup.
like, but they keep calling him Jay, which is, by the way, Jason's not your name.
No, but it would be if I changed it.
It would be. It shouldn't be though. It's a bad name.
I prefer it to mine. Also, thanks for outing the one secret that I've had for fucking 33 years of my life, which is that my name is not my real name.
Hey.
But given how prolific trans people are now, if anybody dead names me, I have the right to block them. So I win.
Well,
I win.
All right, look, if there is anybody out there who thought that somebody was just like, let me pop this baby out, we're going to name it a letter.
Hey, Jay Moore. It's a stand-up comedian.
That cannot be his real name.
It sure is.
I didn't think that was a real name.
Ha! Surprise!
Wow.
I have more examples.
I don't. I had none.
Jay Baruchel.
That's I don't think that's his I think he's got a fuller, I think he's got a longer
We're going to look it up after.
quite longer. Hold on, let me look it up right now cuz I don't want to say what it is cuz I think I know what it is. All right, hold on. I'm looking it up.
Given certain information about him, I could pretty much guess. Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Fine. That's a long ass name, bro.
So I'm saying I like a lot of people call themselves Jay, but that's not their name. So the mystery continues.
In his case, the J I thought would just stand for Jewish.
I wrote the word sizzling bimbos, and I just wanted to change the subject with that.
Sizzle
right there.
Sisters.
There you go.
Fucking.
Well, fucking. Oh yeah, something you neglected was Franklin Cheeks blames himself for them dying.
Well, I mean, right after that, Julie's like, way to make everything about you like always. Because yes, he's like, if only I hadn't been so objectifying of children who are not adults, even though I am, maybe they wouldn't want to look good for me.
Anyway, I just wanted to point out that when he finally does perish, it's good. It's a good one.
Oh yeah, it smells fine.
But you got to know how shitty he is.
Yeah, he deserves it. Long conversation between
Boring
Kevin
conversation.
and Wendy
Sucks.
about how both of them
They want to feel their dead exes.
It's great.
I want to feel their spirit. I want to feel it.
Fucking whatever. All right, but I don't know why suddenly Kevin, even though he's the one who brought to her attention the idea that this has happened before exactly this way, suddenly when she's on board, he's backing off. He's like, I know it's because I put all this in your head. Yeah, you did, you fuck. Come, where the fuck did you go? I'm here now. Check out my fucking all my pictures of things. Here's one of the Twin Towers and an airplane's shadow on it. Two things. First of all, we're just gonna we're just gonna have shadows on things and literally foreshadowing. That's number one. Number two, it's fucking New York. There's 1,000 planes a day. You take a picture of the Twin Towers any given day of the fucking week. It didn't have to be September 11th. You're gonna get a shadow of an airplane on one. That doesn't mean shit.
Well,
I go to the forest and I take a picture of a tree, I'm gonna see a leaf.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Fuck.
But she found that photo though.
Oh yeah, she found that photo. Here's a picture of Auschwitz. Jewish people are gonna die soon. The fuck?
The first photo she shows is of Abe Lincoln and how like the plate broke where he got shot in the head.
Yeah.
And
he got shot. By that logic, he got shot in the hair.
You're not wrong.
It's so high up. There's no way.
And then she has to like sit there and explain it to him.
Yeah.
And then she just busts out a picture on 9/11. She's like, you know what that's about, right? Fucking no words. Say no more. I'm in. There was a very brief period of time where you could talk an American into anything just by being like, and 9/11.
It was right after 9/11 for like 7 years after.
I need your help. Terrorists.
It was 9/11 until it was the stock market collapse.
There you go.
The housing market just failing.
Oh, shit.
Before that, it was fucking Osama bin Laden.
Look, see is what I wrote.
Yeah. That's all she says, yeah. Also, he goes, I don't want to see my picture. Fuck you. The second I learn that you got pictures of me and I might be dead in one of them, show me mine.
Yeah, I need to know exactly what's going to kill me so I can stay right here.
That's right. If staying right here kills me, I'll move.
Yeah, I'll see it coming because I'm not moving. So, you tell me how I die.
What do I need to get
now.
out of the way of?
Yeah.
Fuck.
And so yeah, that's that whole conversation.
That's that, and then we move to the truck, and the conversation continues while they go to the drive-thru.
Yeah, because we're hungry.
Smoke a fucking parked truck. How do you not see that? I don't care how much you're looking at the picture. I'm gonna see the truck down the block. It's the size of the block.
I think what they were trying to do was like they're sort of like, hey, who's next on the list?
Yeah.
And it's Pervy Magoo.
It is.
And she's like, here, I know you're driving. I'm gonna hold the photo down here by my crotch. Will you look, please?
I'm sending signals.
Look way down here. And it's a picture of him on the rope ladder.
Yeah.
And they're trying to figure it out. And yeah, so he almost hits a parked truck that's now.
It's got a guy also.
I'm gonna tell you right now, this truck is facing one direction and then is later facing another direction.
It's facing them as they're driving to it.
Yes, because
that's fucking hilarious.
The dude's got the door open toward them.
Yep. That's funny. Didn't notice.
I did, because I was like, well, what side of the fucking road are you supposed to be on?
How the fuck did that turn around in neutral?
Yeah, huh.
Weird.
Huh. Ghost car. Those ghost children. You know how when you park your car at the bottom of a hill and sometimes it rolls upwards because dead children are shoving it?
Yeah, sure.
And just so you know, it's unimportant, but they fucking want you to know real bad that the McKinley Centennial.
Yes.
300 years of this town is coming up.
Damn, that's a lot of years of town.
They just blast that in your face every chance they get.
Well, we got to lurch from one location to the next in the movie to have more than one location. That's what we're talking about here. Fucking around. Just some impatient guy arguing with his wife behind them. Still guessing. And then they see the truck. After, first of all, they almost get crushed like a fucking garbage.
Oh, yeah, so a truck starts backing up into them, and they have to, like, bang on it, hey, stop. And so it stops for all of a second.
And then it just keeps going, fuck you.
And
then in the background, in the mirror, they get to see that truck coming down the hill because somehow they can hear that old man yelling.
There's a radio. The radio glitches, and in the song it says, somebody's coming up behind you, or something to that extent. She looks, sees the truck, sees the couple arguing who are not paying attention, who somehow managed to get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, they did.
Back up out of the drive-thru somehow.
Yep.
You know how drive-thrus are super easy to back up out of?
They're the easiest place, the way that they curve impossibly.
And trap you in with curves?
That's right.
Oh, my God. But no, yeah, so this truck is just rolling because... the driver's chasing it. Like, how do you fuck that up? It's your job.
Point. I have no idea. You can't get out of a truck without like pulling like 5 levers down to stop it.
Why would you ever just get out of a truck at the top of a hill?
Great question. Park it a little bit further back from the decline.
Turn it off. I don't know. Pull the E brake.
Right?
Pull the F brake.
Do any part of your job.
Dude, you do literally any part of your goddamn job.
So the choice in this scene is because there's a car in front of them.
Yeah, they're honking their horn, and this
Yeah.
dude shoots the bird.
Does Wendy honk or does she not honk?
What did you choose?
I chose no second honk.
I also chose no second honk.
I want you to know that the movie froze right at this moment. And I caught a brief glimpse, because I tried to fast forward through the skip, of what happens if she honks a second time.
What happens?
Frankie doesn't get blended.
That's right. That's right, because there's a whole other part I don't remember choosing where you go get him from jail.
Okay. We don't get to have those.
Okay, because I remember distinctly choosing, like, I don't give a shit, let him be in jail. And I just said, no, we're not getting him. And then you just
so there's
never...
like way more movie behind that.
Apparently, yeah.
Somehow.
You just don't see him in the film again.
Okay, no, like the truck slams into the back, they escape out, and then impossibly the motor from the truck flies out, and the back of his head gets blender bladed.
Yeah, because there's a fan in motors, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it gets him in the back of the head.
Yeah.
And this whole time they're like, well, what? Because they're looking at the mud flap girl in the picture, and they're like, well, it's obviously a truck's gonna get him, and they see the truck coming. Well, here we go, and also the truck backing into them. So which way?
In this version, we don't get to. They don't get to put it together until they see. And this is why I'm happy I chose the version I did, is because you get that little extra spin that just spits his head forward.
Oh my god,
that's fucking beautiful.
Yeah, it does just a final like death chug.
Yeah.
And just.
It resets back to original position.
Just throws brain around and makes him sit forward.
So Wendy and fucking Kevin are sitting on the back of the ambulance. Wendy in this scene has brain matter up and down her pants.
And
she does nothing at all about it. She just has it.
What I really love is like, so they jump out of the car, it happens, and then they look on the ground and there's just the bloody mud flap girl.
Yeah.
As if, like, he, had it in his hand and was like, woo! Because it certainly didn't come off of his neck.
No, it was the top of his head that got wrecked anyway. The rest of it was intact.
And then they, like, take a second because they're like, well, let's look. Let's look at this.
Yeah, real quick.
And then
this tragedy in front of me. This gruesome, horrific thing.
As if, like, he was going to die peacefully at all. Well, as if he just went in his sleep, you know? They even, like, take a step forward to get a better fucking look.
Why would you do that?
Of course it's going to do a death chug.
I see that head, I'm like, I've seen enough.
I see what's sprayed up this McDonald's wall. Oh, and just in case you needed a hint that something was going to happen, while they're trapped, the sign next to them says... this is to ensure that your order is accurate, or you have control.
You have control of your order, and then the control disappears. Okay.
You're fucking right, it does.
Ooh,
You're fucking right.
Great. So we're back at... I don't know how the fuck they managed to get away. Yeah, like a 10-hour interrogation. First of all, that's illegal when it's a minor. You have to notify the parents immediately.
You sure do.
That's number one. Number two, okay, you're being detained, not arrested, for questioning. What's the first words out of your mouth?
Where's my lawyer?
End of interrogation.
Yep.
I can't do anything more. I guess you're free. They might keep you there for a bit, but they can't say anything.
I would literally say, you better call Saul. And then I would get up and walk to the door and wait for them to unlock it, because I'm sure it's locked.
Yeah, you just have your hand on the handle. I'm waiting.
Fellas. Shit.
Fuck. How did both of these people not know the first thing you say is, I want a lawyer, especially if you're innocent?
Oh my god.
They're allowed to lie to you in order to get you to confess to things you haven't done. Mm-hmm. They're really good at it, actually. It happens all the time.
Well, they didn't have to lie, because she just said everything that happened,
well,
as
also
if it was...
because you're innocent, so why wouldn't you tell the truth? But...
I just knew people were gonna die, and I did nothing. I had an inkling.
I called them. They didn't pick up, though. I left a voicemail. Very questionable voicemail.
I honked the horn and he gave me the finger. What was I to do?
He kind of deserved that.
There's a bit in here where Kevin's like, where she's like, I'm just going to move. I just wanted to move and not know that this was happening. And he's like, something about willful ignorance has given up control.
Yeah.
Here's my deep quote of the day.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go back to taking upskirt photos.
I read my horoscope this morning. I felt it applied.
Yeah, as if like moving away and then like a dude getting his head turned into a fucking chopped steak by a fan wasn't gonna make the news. A horrible thing happened, and
damn,
the craziest thing that could have ever happened happened. And you're telling me that video isn't gonna pop up?
Fucking, it's gonna be in books for like decades.
That's gonna be the first thing that she sees when she opens X.
The dangers of drive-thrus is like fucking required learning in elementary schools after this.
Oh, fucking Christ.
Yeah. So they're at Wendy's place looking through the pictures. They stumble across a picture of Carrie in the middle of the conversation. And that's when Kevin goes, I was going to propose.
Hup, hup.
And that's when Wendy does
Saved ya.
the shittiest thing she does in the entire movie, which is to say nothing about the fact that she was going to dump his ass immediately.
You mean when she just basically tugs at her shirt collar and goes, ooh.
Yeah. If I'm Kevin, right, and I say I'm going to propose, and you don't go, well, feel better because she was sick of you anyway, because that would make me immediately feel better, I will end the friendship if I ever find out that you were keeping that fucking secret from me, the thing that I would go, oh, well, all of my guilt is gone because she was a cunt anyway.
Well, if I gotta be miserable, you gotta be miserable, right? Right?
Holy fuck.
So.
Bitch, why would you keep that to yourself? That you have no consequences for sharing that. You're just gonna improve somebody's sadness.
Nah.
Damn.
Drag him down with you.
Holy fuck.
And if we were done with this sentimental moment, can we just please look at this upskirt photo?
Just real quick.
Can we finally just take a look at this?
Yeah.
First of
I
all,
bet you feel like a bitch now, like a dick for doing that.
Sitting there, Kevin, are you really proud of this upskirt photo? You see nothing other than the fact
you get more than I was expecting.
You do.
Honestly.
For some reason, her underwear
it's framed
matches her
almost
skirt
perfectly. Yeah.
And then in the background of that is fucking Frankie Sweet Cheeks with a gigantic metal fan behind his head.
Pay attention to that for later.
I will.
So Kevin pieces out, at which point we get the third option in the movie, which is, does Wendy go back and, because we're on Lewis at this point because he's next, and we're going to look at picture, singular, of Lewis, and surmise from that since he's at football training camp, it must have something to do with football training camp because they have the same team name. So our third option here is, does Wendy take a second look at a picture or not? And which one did you choose?
Which one did I choose? Well, let me tell you, I chose that she should
Fourth one, not third, sorry.
She should absolutely go and take a look at this photo.
As did I. And let me tell you, again, given how well versed I am with the original film, this is incredibly different as well.
Really?
In the same way that you get a little bit more movie than you ordinarily would.
Okay.
There's all this, them walking toward the football training camp area, planning what they're going to say to him.
Oh.
Okay? And then when they get
right.
in and they talk to him and he goes, what the fuck are you guys doing here? And gets his head crushed immediately, you actually end up getting less movie than the original because they have a whole conversation if you choose the other option.
Oh. All right.
And he gets his head crushed because he's having a testosterone fit on the workout equipment that he's using. And he keeps yelling about how he's the fucking man and how he's going to beat death. And he keeps jostling the swords. And then the swords come down. They clip the cables. And that's what makes his head get crushed by the weights.
God damn.
So it actually makes way more fucking sense the other way around.
To be honest, I just really enjoyed, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah.
Boom!
They did make it good by just having it happen like that.
I
wasn't expecting that shit for a second.
I made a fucking sound. I made a sound I'll never be able to make again. Wow.
Yeah. Surprise!
Jesus Christ.
That was a way of tying that one up in a nice little bow.
Yeah, it's
Flex. Oh, yes! Oh, that was off the top of my fucking head.
Oh, Jesus.
That's the best one all movie.
Hold on.
All
Let me
podcasts.
put this down here.
All day.
That's what you get for that one.
Woo!
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, then they just leave.
Yeah,
and
bye.
Okay,
see ya.
If you notice, they are now wearing Sultan jerseys and
They raided the gift shop?
Well, they were spattered with Lewis.
They just
Fucking. Oh my God! A terrible thing happened to your friend. Well, we got these sweaters.
They gave
Does
him
this make it better?
the sweaty gym bag carrying fucking intern's clothes. Here you go.
Yeah, like
This kid's nothing.
they probably were so just bloodied they had to fucking just chuck their shit out.
That's fucking amazing. I didn't notice that at all.
Oh Christ! And then so
Also, I want you to know that the Hammer Bell game that Lewis was playing at the amusement park was called Metrosexual for some reason.
oh no! So it was like a how manly are you? And the second
that was one of
the second option up, the second option up was metrosexual.
Okay, so vaguely homophobic is
very much so. And then also in the background, like their clue, the Sultan, racist.
Yeah,
Racist.
because it's the fucking Sultan from Bugs Bunny. It might as well be the same fucking Sultan from back when you could be that racist on television.
He might as well have had a genie tail.
Yes.
For fuck's sakes.
He might as well have been saying Open Sesame. Which is a mispronunciation of Open Sesame, which is somebody whose English is a second language. That's how they'd say it. Just in case you were wondering if it was racist or not.
Yeah, because what the fuck would sesame seeds be doing in the desert? They don't know what sesame is.
Nothing grows there.
Oh, shit. Well, see, I wrote they both leave wearing Sultan gear because Lewis fluids were all over their clothes.
Lewis fluids.
And this is where Wendy cries. She's like, oh, what did I do to make this happen to me?
Yeah. Kevin gets out of the car. They seem pretty fine after having witnessed 2 deaths in 2 days. But Kevin gets out of the car and gets into the car because she wants him to drive.
Well, he's very, what's the word?
Reluctant?
Reluctant,
Yeah,
yes.
because apparently he considers all vehicles to be death traps.
Well,
In the way that he's rattled off a list of ways to die by car that he's clearly thought of before.
he's just being safe, you know?
Also, a couple minutes ago, you refused to look at your own death photo. So you don't get to be stressed about how you die. The answer is right fucking there, man.
You don't get a hint when, you could have just known.
You said no.
Yep, that's that. So then we cut to...
We're going right to Home Depot. Actually, they're in blue, so it's a Rona.
Do you have your jackpot sound ready?
Right away calls his boss Osama. Right away.
Osama bin Supervisor.
Perfect. You're likening your direct superior at your job to a mass terrorist. Sick. Let's keep working there.
Well, he
At
wants
this point, I now have to do some weird shit because I wrote all of my fucking movies for you to pick from
Okay.
on the back of this page.
Well, I'm not looking. So yeah, he wants him to deal with the pigeons, and I guess from that, like get the pigeons out of the store. What he took that is blast the pigeons with a nail gun.
Oh, we get the option though.
Oh yeah, we do get the option.
And let me just tell you which you chose, which was Killshot.
No,
You didn't.
no, I didn't.
Why didn't you choose Killshot?
I've seen so much death in this movie. I just didn't. I just didn't want to. Did you choose Killshot?
Yes, of course. I wanted to see
perfect.
a fucking.
What happens? Because
I wanted to see a New York City rat die. Yes.
I chose Warning Shot because I didn't want to see it happen.
There's 3 pigeons. He fires 3 shots. He hits 1. And it flops down onto the ground in front of his girlfriend. And she's just, all right. Well, she didn't really see it. She doesn't really notice until later. And then she just picks it up and tosses it. But that's it. That's the whole choice outcome.
Oh, all right.
You get to see a bird die.
Yeah, Warning Shot. He goes, and it goes up the wall.
Yeah.
And
That's the original. That's the regular movie version, I'm pretty sure.
I probably because they were like, well, you can't do that and put that in the theater. You get one or
Children will
the
see
other.
this. Why do people have such a hard time believing in shit after a truck engine blended the back of a guy's head impossibly, number one, but then also the body count is already massive and it's everybody you know? Why are we not just on board immediately
This guy's
instead
a
of rattling
fucking-
off some fucking Newtonian bullshit about laws of physics and nonsense while you're operating half a forklift?
This guy's the worst character in the movie.
It sucks because I like him a lot, but yes, he is.
Yeah, I liked him up until he was like really super skeptical of this.
Yeah.
Like, for what reason, man? Why are you being a dick?
Because logic exists. He's the guy. He's the fucking dude who like is on Reddit religiously and pushes his glasses up.
I know some of these people from high school. They weren't very much fun to be around.
No.
So this is oh right when he misses the when he misses the pigeons, he quotes Scarface in a super racist accent. You can run, but you can't hide, is what he fucking yells.
You can't be racist against a white guy in Colombia with just the accent.
Well,
reverse racism, sir.
he's not white in that movie.
Well, Pacino is Italian by nature, which is the whitest you can be. I don't know if you noticed.
In the movie, he's Cuban.
As Shane Gillis has once said, Italians are the last people you could be racist toward.
Jesus.
He was like, his joke is something like, I was the last guy who could make an Asian joke. I was just past the cutoff, and they're like, you're fired.
So yeah, there's just the alt couple are they're just being dicks.
Yeah,
they don't want to believe
being
it.
Skeptical dicks.
It's to the point where like the lights start flickering, and they're like, because like,
It's just him being an asshole.
Yeah.
It's kind of a me move, to be honest, but I get it.
When they're like, who is sitting behind you? It's important to know. And it's like, some guy in like a cloak. They took his sickle away before he got on, though, if that helps.
Or like, fucking, there's some other, she says some bullshit that's less funny than just saying the Grim Reaper was behind you anyway.
Absolutely, she does.
So many times in this scene, though, Ian almost dies, and then because something didn't hit him directly in the head right then, just brushes it off as nothing.
He's terrible at this job.
Yeah, like his girlfriend almost gets sandbagged, like literally, because of him. His way of getting out of the way of falling boxes, even though they're not falling, is to crank the thing into another shelf of shit.
Love it.
Fucking stuff is like falling off of shelves and rattling around nearby him, and he's just like, whatever, I'm not hurt.
Oh, death is coming? Doubt it. Let me just shove this box so that nails fall onto the next lift on the other side.
Again, right near my girlfriend so she can pick them up with a magnet.
And then they
call themselves Pip and Zip, which I hate.
Do they actually?
I don't know why, but I hate it.
I didn't hear them say that, and I'm happy.
They over the radio when they're talking to each other all the time. That's like their call sign.
Maybe your version had that shit and mine didn't.
10-4, good buddy.
So yeah, she picks up the magnets, or she picks up the nails of the magnet, and like an idiot.
Yeah, just shoves the fucking whole magnet all the way over to where the metal is. Where the most metal is in the room.
Which begins to unspool the heaviest chain you ever imagined.
And also, by nature of its weight, loudest probably.
Oh, probably.
You didn't hear any of that?
No, you didn't hear any of the things falling and,
holy fuck,
and activating the lift?
You didn't hear the entire lift break through a corkboard wall with hammers jingling around on it? You guys are 20 feet away from all this shit.
You didn't hear it crushing and like popping, exploding these like, what was it, like antifreeze bottles and it like spins out on it. That's not a quiet sound.
And let me be clear, all right? This store is closed. There's no ambient noise of other employees around. It's these four in a closed store.
Unless you've got a squatter, yeah.
Exactly. No. Even if death wasn't imminent, if I hear a noise in a place like that at night, I'm getting the nail gun out and having it in my hand.
Who dare? Who dare?
Exactly.
This nail gun, by the way, is like, it is gangster.
It is.
First of all, it doesn't have a safety, so it just fires. Second of all, it's chrome. It's polished. It's
Ian's gotten 1,000 headshots of Call of Duty with his nail gun.
for real. It's fucked. He's got a gold
his cosmetic upgrade for fucking headshot achievements.
Oh shit.
Damn.
So yeah, the whole time they're like, death is not coming, but it might be. This is happening in the background. There's a lift.
Yeah.
Doing things.
All those things. It's setting up another machine of the Rube Goldberg variety.
Yep.
And then Ian hits Wendy with the hardest hitting fucking realness of any person that any person could ever say to another person. This is the deepest, fucking most philosophically magnificent shit. Train dilemma. Well, if you're the last one on the list and it goes in order, why don't you just off yourself? Hey, here's a flaw in your logic. I'm trying to prevent everybody from dying. That includes me.
Why don't you just fucking kill yourself, though? That'll solve it.
Holy shit.
And what if it doesn't, though?
Yeah, what if you're wrong?
Yeah.
Now I'm just dead.
Fuck.
You dumb fucks.
Also,
holy shit.
Where is Kevin to say, hey, if it skips you, it comes back, like he said earlier?
Hey, good point. Great point. Because Kevin's in this scene.
For sure he is.
So he could have just said that out loud. Also, like, he's not even doing that good of a job of convincing them. They're just like, hey, just a heads up, kind of. Like, they're being really aggressive about the heads up. Mm-hmm. But the guy wants and needs evidence. That's his whole character. Give him the articles.
Show him the picture of him and this girl where it says kill above their head with arrows pointing down at both of them. And, like, he's holding a gun, pointing it at her head.
Holy fuck.
What do you think is about to happen?
Well, that's exactly what happens anyway. In a way, I mean, he facilitates the death. Later on, he blames it on Wendy, which I thought was a weird choice.
He blames it on Wendy right away.
Yeah.
He looked at her and goes,
look what you did.
yeah, essentially.
But it's like, I was here to prevent this from happening, and then you didn't believe me. I'm sorry, but...
So Wendy...
I thought it was a really nice touch.
Oh.
To have, they had like an animatronic head, it looked like, for Aaron, so that when she gets blasted through the skull with nails,
does she ever?
There's still like a whine that comes out of her, and her head still like slumps over.
She's gasping for air.
Yeah,
still, yeah.
Like I think so. They just did a robot head to have that. That's cool.
Yeah. So what happens? This is what happens. We got fucking clumsy Ian who doesn't believe in death.
Oaf, who shouldn't have a certification for any machinery.
Wendy's looking at the picture and she sees the banners. It says skill shot, but in the photo it just says kill. And she sees the banners above his head and she's like, this is when it happens. And she tries to like prevent it by being like, oh, watch out, which causes him to like fumble into another shelf when nothing was about to happen, which then causes like, I think it's fence posts or something.
Yeah, so a bunch of plywood comes down and like lands on them.
Yeah.
And while they're worried about that,
she pushes them out of the way. That's what happens.
Fence posts also come down, and one of them rockets through the airbag that he was using when he almost died using a fucking skill saw with no safety equipment whatsoever on a sawdusty ass floor like a fucking retard.
Yo,
like, death or not, dude, you're dying here today.
Like, why are you cutting wood after the store's closed? There's no customers here asking for it.
Great question. We got to replenish stock.
Oh, yeah, because we definitely need smaller boards.
Also, he only cuts like 3 and then the scene's over. So you didn't need to do anything at all.
No, you could have just been standing in the aisle. But no, let's have him cut it just so he can slip and almost fall on the saw. That's off.
Fuck.
But,
you know?
So yeah, something like catapults through the air, spooks some pigeons that are, now look, up. The pigeons are up, Jay. The pigeons are on the top of the shelf.
Yes, they are.
And they still manage to dive bomb and spook Alt Girl.
Yeah.
Who, well, what happens?
Well,
Jay?
she gets kicked back into the nail gun.
Yeah,
that nail gun.
There's a little slip and fall at work.
She gets nailed at work. And it's not by her boyfriend, that cheating slut.
This nail gun, obviously, I mean, it's set to fucking full auto.
Yeah.
Because it's not one nail.
The way that nails work also, or nail guns work also, is you have to have the trigger depressed and pressure on the barrel.
Yeah.
So it's almost like somebody had just set this up with an elastic right on the trigger.
It's yeah.
Because it's like sitting upright in the shelf and everything. Perfectly at laid down head height.
Death did it.
Yeah.
That
must have.
Because you see like, you know, a little dust devil whip up in the dust.
Yeah.
And you know, that's death. Setting up the nail gun. And so yeah, she goes backwards head first, I guess. Head first backwards into this nail gun, and God.
Those nails pretty much go through 90% of her skull, and then stop. Or at least they must, because they're sticking out further than fucking Hellraiser Pinhead's pinhead.
And like, what caliber of nail is this? What are you building that you need nails this fucking thick for?
It's a number 14 Tapcon.
It's
for putting rebar in concrete.
It's for holding airplanes together. Jesus.
Oh shit.
So that's the whole scene.
It is.
And as soon as that happens, Ian looks at her and goes, "Ugh!"
Yeah.
And you know that means like, I blame you for this.
He's devastated.
Yeah.
Just yelling.
And then does the police release her?
So yeah, this is the 10-hour interrogation scene.
Yeah.
At which point, let me tell you, these two, because he's going to the Centennial because he's security.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be anywhere with anything explosive knowing what's happening.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't go do my job after my friend just hit the floor.
It's also take some bereavement leave. You get 2 days a year. It's a legal obligation of any company. Also, you're security and you're 17, which means you're part-time.
And it seems like this guy is like multiplying his bereavement days because every day he takes one, somebody dies.
They compound like interest.
It's like he found a fucking loophole and nobody's asking questions about it.
But they exchange, because she's like, okay, please keep in touch with me because I'm worried about you. And then he goes, oh, we don't even like each other. Because that's what she said when he was trying to be nice at the very beginning of the movie with the grief and everything. So right there I wrote, Kevin and Wendy are probably going to cry fuck wearing their both, like, each of their respective dead partners' clothes at the end of this fucking movie.
I hope not.
Like, honestly, because that's where it's trending.
All right, I'll give you that.
That's when the real trauma bond. See, if she had gotten out of there, then everything would be fine for her. But nah, he convinced her to stick around, so that's worse. We're in it.
Yeah, it's a whole moment here. I didn't really care for.
Yeah, whatever. And then right after that, I wrote Julie's next. So evidently nothing happens in the movie until we realize that she's next, because the bracelet's missing because Wendy fell asleep on the fucking computer.
Wendy fell asleep at her desk,
Yeah.
and her sister comes in,
hard-hitting studying for that SAT,
to scoop up this bracelet that is 1,000 charms.
It is.
How did Wendy not wake up when it jangled?
Right next to her ear.
She also takes the camera, but they don't show that.
Also, what grandma has a bracelet like that? That's a 17-year-old girl's bracelet.
A grandma who was once 17, Jay. Grandmas can be
but
17.
Why would you hold on to that? All right, fine.
Because she likes the way it jangled like wind chimes, like a bunch of tin cans on a string.
So Julie pieces out, Wendy wakes up, and that's when she realizes that Julie's next because she's wearing the bracelet in the picture of her on the roller coaster.
Yes.
Julie is the only 16-year-old girl in the history of that age and gender to leave the house with her phone not charged.
You have a great point.
Holy shit.
Yeah, she calls her immediately.
Her
and she's
phone's
like, hey.
dead? You just closed the front door. That's literally never happened in the history of cell phones and teens.
I think that it happened when phones first started because everybody's like, I got one, but I don't want to. Who gives a shit? You know, I'm living my life.
We're not. Yeah.
You didn't get to go on the internet yet because it cost $400 to do. No joke.
$400 and 3 rooms in your house.
The first time I got a phone, I checked my email a couple times.
Oh
for
yeah.
no reason. $400.
That's crazy. Holy fuck. I remember racking up a $200 long distance charge once, but that's it.
Who are you calling?
Some chick in Florida who liked me.
Nice. Nice. That's probably well worth it. Not the let me check my email twice.
I would rather spend that money doing the thing I did than the thing you did.
I'm fucking 15. Who's sending me emails? So
fuck.
There's in between when she gets into her vehicle and leaves.
Yeah.
We get to see Ian stalking her. He's watching her get into her car from the police station. And then when she panics and realizes, oh shit, my sister's next, I gotta get to the fair where she is. Her radio fucks up again, and you hear someone's right behind you.
That's, when she's in the car screaming there. Before that happens, she contacts Kevin knowing that that's where she's going, and he's working security there. Hey, heads up.
Right.
My sister's gonna fucking die, so keep your eyes peeled.
Important scene here.
And remember how I told you earlier to pay attention to and hold on to the fact that the fan picture of Frankie was the clue?
I'm holding on as hard as I can.
That was the second picture of Frankie that they saw. The first one was a red herring.
That's true.
While on the phone with Kevin, he tells her that this is the time for us to look at our death pictures. She chooses 1. When she's loading the memory card onto the computer, there are 127 pictures. Maybe look at more than one of them for the clue.
No!
Maybe not go at the very first thing that you see out of 127.
Stop poking your fingers in holes where they don't belong.
Peruse the rest of the library before you take the book out.
Well, Jay...
There might be a more accurate thing.
She had a feeling.
She had a feeling. She looks at her picture and she's like, I don't know what the fuck this is. I'm in a black background and it's Ian's last name.
Oh, well, that's that,
They don't even put that together until he shows up at the fair.
No, they do. She's like, oh.
Barely do. McKinley. And maybe Ian's involved somehow.
Yeah.
And then, this one of you with the flash. Oh, so like fireworks? Hey, guess what? I quit. I quit tonight.
Yeah, turn around and fireworks?
I see fucking fireworks, and you tell me that information, I'm getting far away from fireworks.
I'll be working the lot.
Yeah.
Where people park their cars and fuck.
Cool. I'm
piss
going...
and shit and puke.
I'm going on a boat out into the middle of the ocean where there's no fire or working.
There better be any works out there.
Damn. Only waterworks.
Oh, my God. So, yeah.
Best line in the movie, however, is when he gets off the phone and looks over, and there's a Ben Franklin cosplay. And it's him with the kite and the key on it, and he says, "Let's hope for some lightning." And Kevin just goes, "Fuck you, Ben Franklin."
Fucking looking around and he's seeing all these things that like are exploding and are fire and like things that could go off in his face, and then he just sees Ben Franklin.
That's the one that set him off.
Also,
that old elephant killing piece of shit.
Did not Ben Franklin force a child to hold the kite?
Probably.
I'm pretty sure
he also
did.
electrocuted an elephant for funsies.
Oh yeah.
Just cuz.
Because Ben Franklin was an asshole.
He also stole light from Nikola Tesla. So he stole energy in the atmosphere from a person. That's how bad he is of a person.
Fuck.
Damn.
Oh, God. Fuck you. Fuck you, Ben Franklin.
So then we cut to the two people at the fucking, okay, it's fireworks time almost, so let's congregate away from shit. There's two people whose job it is to operate and fire a cannon using a long pole with an igniter on the end.
Oh, those assholes.
And when they leave the area, they decide to rest that pole against the barrel of a cannon. Even without death right around the fucking corner, you're begging for negligent homicide charges.
Yeah, this is your job.
Put it down. Why would you stand it upright?
Why wouldn't you just take it with you?
Holy fuck.
It's a stick.
Also that. And so it falls over and it hits a cannonball well within earshot of these two people. Mm-hmm. And they just keep walking. They don't investigate the loud noise behind them.
Well, they want to see the fireworks, man. They got to get good standing
They're fireworks.
spots.
You can see them from literally anywhere.
No. So yeah, that ball rolls.
It does. Yeah, it rolls like it was thrown by a bocce professional. A master at bocce ball.
Under a tent. Fucking between table legs, it knocks out the one stick that was keeping this whole shit safe.
Holding up the trailer for all those fireworks that then become lit because it's firework time. Who lit the fireworks without fixing the wobbly trailer?
The fire department, of course. They're always in charge of this.
They didn't notice the trailer wobbling back and forth? Just periodically on an angle that shoots fireworks at a crowd?
Basically freeballing.
Holy fuck.
Free
cannonballing.
The trailer could be anywhere it wanted to be.
Yep. Doesn't matter at all.
Nah.
At the same time this is happening, two scumbag kids. The way this is shot is like, you know those infomercials for like the Snuggie? Oh, I just spilled my popcorn. And then you just have a shot of the product. Like they hold up the M80s to the camera and say sweet. I half expected fucking Vince Offer to pop up.
It's fucking the text with sparkles like sweet.
Billy Mays here for M80s. If you want to scare a horse.
Oh, fucking, what is the guy's name from, oh, God. Vince Offer here for fucking spooking a horse and getting kicked in the face.
I think the other one's like Terry Richardson or something, but he never says his real name. Well, he never says his full name. The British one.
Oh, yeah. That's the guy they were making fun of on Run, Ronnie, Run. It's a good movie. Watch it.
Yeah, apparently. I mean, I'll probably give it a watch.
It's Bob Odenkirk.
I don't think I've ever seen it. Isn't David Cross in it too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And fucking,
right on the heels of Bob and Dave. Like, of course it's going to be the same vibe. I'm sure that it is.
It's from that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a spin-off movie of a skit.
See, I know little.
Got Brian Posehn in it. It's got everybody. Literally, Matt and Trey Parker are in it.
Oh, no shit.
It's a cameo.
Yeah, it's on the list.
It's good.
It's on the list.
Watch it.
Okay?
Anyway, fuck you, Ben Franklin.
So this horse has got really flimsily rope attached to a giant tank buster. That's what the fuck it's shaped like.
It's an intense stake for
Yeah.
keeping. I thought it was like a tent pole, keeping a tent in, but it's not. It's just a rope.
It's running through the crowd, and that stake hooks one guy who then just disappears from the movie after that.
I know. I really kind of hilariously wanted to see him being dragged for a little bit, but no, we don't get that.
No, it gets Julie instead after an argument where, I mean, again, at this point, I don't know why she's being so fucking standoffish and bitchy. Because I'm trying to save your life.
Because she's 16, Jay. Ugh. She's a child, and so that's the way it's got to be. And then she like gives the finger to now I want to call him Vince. It's what is it? Kevin?
Yeah. And then when he
Fucking
sees
name.
that from a distance, it goes, "Ah, fuck."
I remember I took a picture of the double birds,
Yeah.
and in that photo there's a horse aimed at her head because there's a carousel in the background, a big white horse about to collide with her head.
So that three negligent cops show up. That horse hooks the rope and stake around Julie's neck and drags her. They slow the horse down to a stop and then do nothing and then let it run away again.
Yeah, they really halt that horse for all of a second.
Yep, and they don't touch it or anything.
And let me tell you right now, Julie would be dead.
Yes.
That horse starts going again, and she gets yanked by the throat.
Right, yeah.
She's being hung in horizontal fashion.
It's Brendan Fraser in The Mummy. Like, it's a miracle he didn't die right then. Fucking Kevin grabs a sword and stops her from getting impaled on spikes at the last second. That's cool.
Yeah, he grabs like the reenactor's sword. It's like some farm equipment she's being dragged toward or something.
It's like a wheat thresher.
And he gets it almost too late.
Very nearly too late.
And I believe this is where fucking
she's had two friends throughout this movie that you don't get to know their names.
Basically. Right. And this is my favorite part.
They come up and to make sure that she's okay. And because her death was prevented by Kevin.
Yeah.
They're like, "Who was on the ride beside you?" I said, "Well, this fucking Asian chick right here."
Not even that. Just
nameless Asian.
Her friend, who looks very concerned, stands up for a second.
Which causes her to get impaled by a flag, and then in a disappointing my very strict Asian parents move, proceeds to slide down the pole.
You can't say that. She got run through by a thick white tube.
Again, disappointing her very strict Asian parents. We let you out of the house for one night instead of studying.
I really enjoyed just like, hey, are you okay? Nah, who is next to you? I know you just got dragged by the throat around the fair, but who is next to you? I don't care about your okayness.
Your fucking crushed windpipe can wait.
Do your legs work still? Or do I have to sit you up to show me who's next?
Can you
point with your toes.
Yeah. Wiggle one.
Wiggle your big toe.
So all that happens, and then Ian shows up.
Of course.
That's when I just stay the fuck away from me because you're gonna be the guy. Ian says some fucking bullshit.
He puts it together that they think that he's the reason, and that's why they're like trying to get away. He followed her to the fair.
Yes.
And then she gets out of her car and has all this time. Where has he been? He was directly behind her the entire time.
Skulking about.
I guess. Anyway, so he's kind of like he's very school shootery right now.
Yeah.
He's obviously the bad guy.
He's jilted. He threw on his best black and red.
Sure did. He's got all the safety pins that his mom could have.
Yeah, he does.
And
he's also got like, we're gonna call them mag pockets on the vest because that's what they are.
They are, yeah.
They're fucking mag
like
pockets.
I said. And he's like kind of like he's not letting them by. He's being like a threatening guy, and he's like, "Well, tell me what we have to do to get this started so you can die."
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, fireworks are still going off. It's still the tricentennial.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
300 years.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
because we need at least 300 fireworks.
Exactly. So they're still going off.
Yeah.
And at this point, Ian's under the impression that he's been skipped by death and is now invincible.
Yes.
Which is not true.
No, it's dumb.
And, I mean,
Kevin it's also Kevin's fault for, dropping the ball on information. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, he really kept that to himself for no... Anyway, glad he did.
Yeah.
And he's like, nothing. I'm alive forever. And that's when finally, we've been winning. Oh, wait, no. No.
Well, no, I'm be getting the fucking lead buried. It's like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where the whole time all you want to see is something gruesome.
We missed something. We missed something kind of important.
Okay.
Kevin gets kicked by the horse. He flies into a food table. A kebab goes through the propane tube.
That is what happens.
And then, what's-her-face, Wendy, grabs him and pulls him out of the explosion before he dies.
Yeah.
Thus, skipping him now.
Sure.
And
it's important.
Or that wasn't the explosion that was supposed to kill him.
It stops. Well, it is, though, because they have the same... They make him make the same face as he did in the picture with the Flash.
Yeah.
So, for all intents and purposes, there's a difference between a red herring and a full-on ignorant bait and switch. I refuse to believe that this is the latter. But it could very well be.
Yeah. And then Ian shows up because they're all kind of like all fucked up.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Ian's like, and finally, the fireworks, after all this time, tip over.
And they blast right at Ian.
They sure do. And this is behind them. They all hit the ground.
Yeah.
And
none of them hit Ian.
He stands there like Jesus, like with his arms out, like, bring it on. None of them. They all miss. But what do they hit?
Well, they hit the one most important lever on a big giant crane arm with a sign on it.
A sign that says McKinley.
Yes. And this is when we get choice number 6. Because as that begins to fall right on Ian's fucking head, did you choose for him to jump left or right?
I chose jump right, but I'll tell you what. I went back and I chose jump left after. It was much better.
Yeah. So here's the problem with everything, right? With fucking everything, especially with the way in which they did this movie. He dies, right? If you choose jump right, he gets crushed immediately. In the other version of the movie, in the original version of the movie, you get to see like half of his hand twitching, which is way cooler. Now, in this, he just gets flattened, fully pancaked. And then the three of them just walk away, and the credits roll.
The camera powers. She smashes the camera, and the camera like, flash photos as they walk away.
And she says, "It's broken."
That's that.
All you did was step on it once in grass. I'm sure it's fine. Anyway, end credits right then. So immediately I got pissed off because that means Ian died out of order, and nobody said anything about it.
Hey.
Nobody said anything about it, and that just happened. And then also, if the alternative is true, that it just, it got to the end of the line, and then went back to the beginning, and so Ian was next, that means that none of these people are out of the woods, because it just started over from scratch.
So, you jump the other way.
Yeah.
He still gets fucking splattered.
It doesn't matter.
But you get to see that quarter chunk of him giving the fucking finger is what he's doing.
Futility of death.
And
he gives the finger. Perfect.
So what? It's like a jump to the left, jump to the right. You jump to the left, and then there's just a chunk of him to the left. Whereas if he jumped to the right, he's still under the sign.
Yeah.
So then, you see him like doing he's giving the bird.
It's the most meaningful middle finger anybody's ever given.
He's literally doing it as hard as he can. As if it's the only thing he has left to do. All right, so then 5 months later, we're in the city, the big city.
I had actually completely forgotten about the way the movie naturally ends.
We're on the subway.
Yeah.
And we get a choice.
We get a choice there too.
We get at least one more choice. So Wendy's on the subway with her new friends, and she looks up at the map. Do we use the map? Don't we use the map? I chose no.
Okay.
Because, she needs to learn not to be so in control of the situation, I'm like, come on, Wendy.
A little freewheeling about you.
You fucking learn already. You don't need to control everything.
Sure.
And then that's when the busker on the subway starts playing that song, Someone's Right Behind You Again.
Right, and then she sees Kevin, and it's weird that they're on the same train.
She looks in the mirror because she's on train 081.
Come on.
And
we be paranoid of the number, those three numbers, in whatever order. If it's just three numbers,
you don't. You
all the time.
You
for
no
the rest
longer
of your
use
life.
those numbers.
No, you don't. It's 7 and 9. That's it.
It now goes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, And then you don't use 0, so 10.
That's it, yeah.
10 is 1 and 0, so that's just all automatic.
Yeah.
Either
you're
way.
fucked. And you can't even do any double digits, really.
Yeah.
Or triples, anyway.
So the dude's like, hey, the next stop is the end of the line, which is a really regular thing to hear on a train,
Yes,
but also
it
a
is.
very ominous thing to hear on
That's
a train.
true. So also, like,
Ghost train.
the name of the movie
Yeah,
is
exactly.
Final Destination.
It should have been like, this is your final destination.
Well, they only say that on planes.
Fine.
I think they now say, which is even better, Terminal Destination.
Ugh.
Oh my God.
Not unless
Do I
you-
have cancer?
As I say, not unless you do chemo first. So they're on this train, and she starts to panic. She wants to get off.
Yeah.
But sucks because a sports event just got out.
Oh, damn it.
And a sports fanatic
Yeah.
chucked a Mr. Big into the trash and missed. And it goes down onto the tracks because a breeze blows it down there.
Oh, that third rail.
A breeze blows
Underground in the subway.
Exactly. And then a rat is like, fucking right, chocolate. And
My favorite thing.
this chocolate is so good, the rat has to jam its head into live wires that are
Yeah.
exposed.
Great.
Just right away.
Well, he's hungry.
Before this happens, all the people get on the train, not letting her off because
Yeah.
they all get
it's
on
like,
the train.
It's like Rush Hour in Hong Kong.
Exactly. Except it's sports event in America.
Yeah.
Her sister gets on because she's coming to visit, like she promised she would. However, Dad's vehicle is down, so she had to take the train in early. I had a feeling you were coming. Why did you?
Don't say that out loud.
Why did you get on train 180? Why did you do that? So they chat. Let me introduce you to my pals. And as she does that, who's on the train? Kevin. He was
Looking
at the
sulking. Like he looks bad.
well, he was at the sports event. His
Yeah.
team probably lost. And as they're looking at each other, the rat electrocutes
It
itself.
basically dawns on all of them at once that they're fucked.
The train crashes and they all die systematically. Sister
Yeah.
gets taken out by debris. Kevin is sucked out a window, and
He gets
and
midnight meat trained.
He does. He exactly does. And then and then Wendy's the only one left, and she's got her leg busted.
Bummer.
And she's on the tracks.
Crawl out of the way. They're
Really
tracks.
Really sucks that the next train's on time. So good. Right on time. Like these guys are such a schedule that if a train
Oh
slows
my
down
God,
at all,
you're fucked.
yeah.
There better not be any malfunctions because we got about 20 seconds.
Just kidding. This has all been a vision.
Yeah.
And so basically it's a vision, and
then
then
it
they're like,
fucking-
we gotta stop this train. The emergency rope is not working. The crash happens, the movie ends.
No reason to have it be a vision. Should have just not ever had the false ending in the first place.
That's like
Because I got
17
pissed.
false endings.
Yeah, sure is.
Fucking that's the movie. Because I wasn't gonna let it end with just the guy being spattered. I had to know.
Yep. Now, because I had seen it, so like, yeah, I had forgotten about the subway, but the second you said train, I was like, oh, it all came back. I was like, okay, I know exactly what I missed.
Yep. So you were right. He dies, and then it just loops back around.
Yep.
And they all it took 5 months, but
Now,
they got him.
my rating of this movie is based on the non-choose-your-own-adventure
Okay.
version, which is an 8. Because, like I said, this is my favorite of the
Okay.
whole series. Followed closely by probably number 2. Yeah, number 2. Because number 2 is not just a movie. It is a cultural fucking phenomenon. In the way that it's been a decade. It's been 2 decades.
Oh, yeah.
And people are still making log truck jokes.
Did you see the video I
Log
sent you?
truckers make those jokes. I don't.
It's a guy driving behind one of those trucks, and the logs are jiggling, and he's
Oh
like,
my
"All right,
God, it's
bring it
time.
on,
Yeah, it's
take
time.
me home."
You don't even have to reference the movie. You
Yep.
just see a log truck and know immediately. Everybody
Christ.
in North America knows that. At least.
So an 8.
Yeah.
I based my rating on the following: the fact that they even were like, you know what, choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
That's
Unique.
I love it.
Sure.
Let's do that. The absolutely hilarious deaths.
Yes.
Every single one was a laugh riot.
Yep. They were
sh-
great.
Really making light of incredibly horrific injuries. Fantastic. I liked it because it turns out like this is the movie where you take a photo and you see the death.
Yeah.
So this is like that movie.
Say cheese and die.
Unless I'm mistaken, this is Say Cheese and Die. is like kind of the original besides say Cheese and Die.
I would say, yeah. There's another one that's more recent, but it's the same fucking concept.
Well,
so
yeah,
who cares?
this is the one. This is the camera movie. So I also gave it an 8 because it's just like a great film. You see one Final Destination, you see them all, but they're all creative in their own way.
Yeah.
8 because
You
of
know
all
exactly
the
what you're
deaths.
getting into, but it's going to be unique enough.
8 based on the sound I made when Lewis. Oh my God! When Lewis dies.
You don't get to make that sound in the regular one because you see it coming more.
No. It needs to be like, what the fuck are you guys doing
Yeah.
here? Bop!
Nah, he just screams. Not because he sees them coming, but like out of macho ape fit.
Yeah. Oh Christ.
Yeah, so solid 8s.
Solid?
It lost 2 points for being boring otherwise.
Yeah.
And because of the fact that I ruined the movie in one sentence.
God damn it. It had so many holes too. I'm really surprised we gave it an 8.
It's just because it's entertaining enough that I don't care. That's
There you go. All right.
1, 2, 3, 4 movies for you to choose from
Good God.
this week.
All right.
But the themes, really fucking easy to come up with for this.
You know, I was surprised when you didn't need any time. So
No, I didn't.
Bring it on.
First one we got here, Premonition. And it's not the movie Premonition. That's the theme.
Okay. I would hope you wouldn't spoil it as such.
Second one we have Amusement Park.
Okay.
Third one we have High School Graduation.
Okay.
And the fourth one, Solving Clues to Stay Alive.
Premonition.
Yep.
Graduation.
Yep. High school. Specifically.
High school specifically.
Well, let's not call it specifically high school graduation.
Okay.
Just graduation.
What was the one?
Amusement Park.
Amusement park.
And Solving Clues to Stay Alive.
Permission, amusement park, graduation, solving clues. Okay. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know any of these. But kind of feeling amusement park. It's calling
Feeling
to me.
amusement park.
I'm really hoping
All right.
it's not what I now think it is, but let's go amusement park.
Tell me what you think it is.
Is it a certain film regarding clowns from outer space?
It isn't.
Okay.
I don't even know if there is an amusement park in that movie.
It seems like the whole movie is an amusement park.
Because it's clowns?
I refuse to watch it, but I'm going to see it eventually.
All right. We're watching Hellfest.
Never heard of this.
No, it's newish.
Okay.
But I just watched it a couple of weeks ago for the first time.
All right.
It's bad.
Oh. I guess there's a reason I haven't heard of it, but with the name. How do you
Dude,
name your movie
you know?
that?
For Premonition, because I really want... Puppet Master?
Damn it.
We're going to get to that one, I'll tell you. Because there's a puppet called Driller with a giant drill for a head, and he drills you. Okay? Like the dick from Tetsuo. Okay?
Oh.
For graduation, I didn't realize when I'd written it that I had written high school and then I completely forgot. Like, I had not... It was Sorority Row.
Okay.
Which is a movie I saw a very long time ago, because it's probably 2014 or something like that.
Okay. All right.
And for Solving Clues to Stay Alive, I thought that was the one you're going to be most enticed by, but it's also the one I wanted you to pick least, because it was Escape Room.
That's what I thought it was.
And I'm not very enthusiastic about watching it, because I think it's going to suck dick.
It's so. I've seen it. I liked it as a movie, but it's kind of one of those movies where it's like reality needs to, I don't see you.
Oh yeah, close your eyes.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's there needed to be a horror movie about escape rooms.
There did.
It had to happen.
Yeah.
And it happened.
Next horror movie is going to be about fucking axe throwing.
I mean, just throwing an axe is pretty fucking scary. Just turn the guy who's throwing an axe around into the crowd. That's your movie.
Hellfest, though.
Hellfest. All right.
Get stoked. I hope you like millennial humor. Actually, let's be honest, Zoomer humor.
I don't like that rhymes.
Nope.
And I don't like the Zoomers. Ew.
Yep.
It's weird.
Get ready.
Do they go quickly? Yeah. Anyway, Grindhouse Movie Club. Thanks for listening. I guess.